Oh, do they really?
Not different. So yeah.
I didn't know that. Do they really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think if.
Stuff.
Yeah, Shannon, she's bought like workout shit there. She's gotten some free workout stuff from some coworkers, like some nice, whatever the hell the bras are called.
Sports bras?
Yeah, there you go. I can't think of what. You know, there's things that people are doing like sporting activities.
How do I change? I want to take my screensaver. Wait a second. Are we almost done? Are we almost done? Right now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and everyone and everything in between. FUBAR Weekly Show. Today is Tuesday, the 19th of February, 2021. Welcome. Our guest this week, we had you on last year. It was like twice within a month or something like that. It was like almost 2 back-to-back shows.
It was February and March, and it's crazy that was almost a year ago. I can't believe that's...
Yeah, all the shit that's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Welsh,
hey.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Across the table to my slight left is Nicole Raven, the lovely, the beautiful, the talented, the funny, and
thank you.
The taco eating.
The taco eating, for sure.
And that's not even like a dirty reference. She like sat here and ate tacos before the show. So I'll say Taco Bell taco.
Not sponsored.
Let's see. Should we just jump right into it? Patrick, how you doing, man? You sending dick pics over there? I know we talked about that. You don't send dick pics, I know.
No, I've said one. I have a joke about it, but it's cheesy and hacky, so
that's all right.
It legitimately happened, but
you don't send dick pics to your wife?
Here, you guys would probably actually enjoy this, man. For if any of my people are listening, I do it. If anybody's interested, last time I was here, I was with Bubba and that online stuff, and now I'm doing my own. So
I saw that.
It's quite different, but you guys might enjoy this. This literally happened. So I got a joke out of this. I sent my dick pic, the only one I've ever sent in my entire life, sent it to my wife, and I sent it to the wrong person. And I have a whole joke about it, but I'm not going to do the joke. But I think you would be able to hear this. So I got this message from the person. I'll just play it. Let's see. Actually, my speaker sucks, so you're not going to be able to actually hear it.
All right, so.
Okay, there we go. You might be able to hear that now.
Learn how to grow a bush that big. I feel like I have not hit puberty yet because my bush is not as large and in charge as yours. Would you please call me back and let me know what fertilizer you use?
Dude, that happened like 7 years ago.
So you sent it to the wrong person, and she called you back and left a voicemail. Well, talking about how fucking bushy your ball bag is.
Well, the first thing she sent was she acted like she was a man. And it wasn't even my entire I had boxers on. So it was just, I talked to Shannon, got excited because we were talking about fucking around when she got home.
Okay.
And I just sent a picture. I had boxers on. And the hair she saw was actually from my belly, chest area. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of hairy. So it wasn't actually down there that she's, but it was comical. She first sent back a picture of a man sitting, showing his dick pic. And I even assumed this is probably a woman sending one of her random pictures that she's gotten. And then come to find out, that she sent a picture from a man, and he said, "Nice dick pic, bro. Got me hard too." I was like, okay, I thought it was a woman, and then it ended up being a woman. She called and said that she thought I had a bushy, she said she needed fertilizer to.
That's fucking awesome.
It's funny though. I forgot all about that. I actually played that 2 days.
So. Now what's going to happen is she's going to be listening to this, and she's like, "That's the motherfucker that sent it."
That would be interesting if I've wanted to call her and I haven't called her, but it was a mistake. It was one number off from my wife's. I actually dialed her number. This was back in the day of flip phones, I think.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure. So it's whatever. So hello everybody. Can I say I made 2 observations on the way down here?
Okay. Hang on. Just that mic wire is kind of shitty. Did you give it a jiggle? Talk. Give it a talk. Talk.
Hello, hello,
Good.
hello,
No, don't
hello.
touch. Don't touch.
Hello, hello, hello,
It's good
hello, hello.
Yeah, that one. If you as you were talking, you were bumping into it. You were cutting out. So
Okay, so
observations
I'll
on the way.
stay away from it, and I'll look for falling ceiling.
Yeah.
shit.
Yes, please. What?
Can I speak about that?
You could. So the ceiling tiles in my office fell down, and the landlord's being a cunt about fixing them, and I refuse to fucking clean it.
I'm just wondering. I walk in and there's basically part of the ceiling on the floor and on a chair, and So what?
This is an old shitty building.
Can we address what type of landlords you have, or is that not?
We're not going to go there.
Okay.
Mixing.
For many reasons, you may get canceled too. Who knows with today's
Well, I don't give a
world.
fuck. She can fucking lick my asshole. It's just that
Okay.
it's, that you're mixing two different environments don't belong together.
Okay, well, here's my observations. Gas is $2.39 now, at a place I got it for $2.25 like last night. So I was excited to see that. I don't know if you've noticed that the gas is. What do you think
Why
it's
does
going
that
to be?
excite you that it's going up?
That's sarcasm.
Okay.
See, there's this thing called comedy that.
Really?
What do you think gas prices will be like a year from now? What would be your guess?
Honestly, I have no fucking idea. There's so many variables. It's gonna go up. Absolutely, it's gonna go up. If I had to guess, gas prices here will probably be around $2.75 a year from now.
Okay, do you have a guess? I've been asking many people. I'm just curious. We can all prognosticate.
I remember a time when gas was like $5 a gallon.
I remember when gas was. I got gas once at 99 cents a gallon.
Okay,
Fuck
yeah,
this shit.
I'm saying yes to that, but I'm going the other way.
I
That there was gas that was very expensive a couple of years ago, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes way up.
Like past the $5 to like $6,
to
or like
around
to
$5.50, $5.75. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past the world.
Holy shit! I don't know where Mark P is, but it's $4.20 a gallon there. Nice number, by the way.
I know who Mark is.
I don't know if that's actually $4.20 or he's just giving a dick.
Well, that's probably in. That's the Canadian currency, so that's trash currency. He lives in Ontario, so that's what he's talking about. Probably. I don't know if he's relating it in American dollars or.
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm curious. Are you guys excited about the whole new stimulus package? Is going to be $2 trillion, pretty much.
$2 trillion to do not much of anything.
Not for the people, and I don't.
Here's the thing: like everybody, Donald Trump's the worst, and everybody else is like Joe Biden's the worst. Here's the fucking fun fact, people. They're all fucking the worst.
I tell people all the time, man, the very fact that they want to be politicians is all you need to know about them.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Now I think there are people that get into politics with the right intentions. They want to do good. They want to make a change. But the system is so fucked and so corrupt on both ends that, even somebody going in with good intentions ends up, falling into the trap.
I think they're naive though. I believe I think I shared it here before. Like Ron Paul got me interested for a couple of years. He actually almost tricked me, which I feel crazy to even admit that. But I believe that you can actually go and change government and go within, and we can elect the right people. But then the more I really looked at it, he'd like help me embrace my inner anarchist. So
I was gonna say now, hang on, don't cancel me on this. But the only thing that changes government is violence.
Well, Thomas Jefferson said that. What's he say? The
tree of liberty must be nourished with the blood of patriots and tyrants.
Yeah, like every 30 years, he said there should be a revolution.
Yeah, actually,
every 30 years.
The tree of liberty should often or occasionally, one of those, be nourished with the blood of tyrants and patriots.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd go that far. I don't know if you need to go be killing one another for.
Well, here's the problem, and this is something that's interesting. You and I agree on a lot of things, and we disagree on a lot of things.
I would like to know because you said I don't. What do you think we disagree on?
We're gonna figure that out in a little bit.
Okay.
But there are a couple things I know that we disagree on. But here's the thing: Patrick and I can sit and have a fun conversation, and we could sit down at a fucking bar and have a drink and talk and hang out and have a good time. You don't have to be an asshole to somebody you disagree with, or you don't have to be an asshole to someone you disagree with.
Or you don't have to go and make announcements. If you still do this, delete me.
Unfriend me.
And it's like, well, I don't have the time or energy to go. I'd unfriend so many people if I really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? If I had the same
See what I
sentiment as
like,
others.
there are people that I've unfollowed. I won't block someone based on their beliefs. I'll unfollow them. Like, straight up, I'll unfollow people if they post like fucking incessant bullshit. If they regurgitate shit that's completely false, like, I'll just unfollow people.
You know what I did like 2 weeks ago?
Which did?
Unfollowed everyone, every single person on Facebook. Yes, you too. Sorry.
That's all right.
He's over there giving her the finger.
No, they can say.
Um,
I don't really care.
I also unfollowed every page and turned off all the notifications for all the pages that I like. Everything. I did everything. My life has been peaceful.
Nice, right?
So,
I get also
but,
no
no, I'm
notifications.
just wondering, why are you using Facebook then, or whatever to scroll?
Because she
What do
wants
you-
everybody to see her shit. She just doesn't want to see
That's what
anybody
I'm saying.
else's shit.
So, do
I
you
can-
you don't scroll at all, right?
No, I like if I open my Facebook, it's got like my most recent post and like an advertisement.
Well, that's fun, I'm sure. Oh, what's Geico up today?
No.
Today, the other day I had 10 like sponsored ads in a row. I was scrolling along and had like 10 sponsored ads. Meanwhile, I don't see friends postings ever.
My news feed, every 4 posts will be an advertisement.
My
Here we go.
most
So
recent
we see
post,
Nicole.
an ad. Oops, I didn't mean to click on.
Okay.
Mark
And
P
that's
said. Mark P says what?
PTSD. I'm curious what kind of advertisements you get. PTSD
Oh,
therapy.
If let's see, I'll review the page. What do you call it? Refresh the page.
Fever.
A live drag show.
Okay, she's getting live drag show advertisements. Something
Let's
about
legal Uber Lyft. What do you call
Okay.
it? Class action lawsuit.
Didn't see that one coming.
Wish.
because I'm always curious because people post these. You post them at
Clinical
times. You're like,
research, COVID.
man, look at this that I'm seeing, and I don't see that stuff. And I think a lot of it's based on how you are on the internet. The advertisements that you get, they're
Yes.
catered to you. So
Yeah.
I laugh when people are like, "Look at this sex swing with a gag." You know, I'm
It's
like,
based on
I'm
shit
like,
you search
yeah.
for.
I
Hang
never
on.
see that.
Mark says, why not just deactivate your account? Mark, it's because she wants everybody to see her shit, but she doesn't want to see anybody else. That's what it is.
And if I need to
She's
communicate
selfish.
that,
Oh my God.
I am selfish for FUBAR because I'm
There you
still
go.
on there promoting us.
Fuck
really.
yeah. So look at that shit.
No, but I also I stay on Facebook so I can communicate with people because sometimes people's
Yeah.
phone numbers change all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But like your name doesn't change that
I've
often.
had the same one for like 20 years.
That's you,
Yeah,
but
Those
like
weirdos.
so many people are like on retro PCS and they get a new phone number like every 3 months because they think they're drug dealers and they can't pay their bills.
So looking at my ads. All right, I got Carvana. Usually it's like every 4 I'll get an advertisement. Dunkin' Donuts because America runs on Dunkin' and that's why we're all fat. Marketplace doesn't count. Pizza Hut. I'm seeing a trend here: cars and food.
Sounds accurate.
Yeah, Aldi.
Mine is like usually cheap online shopping, artist, class action lawsuits, and Wish and drag
Okay,
shows.
do you want to see? You want to see my first advertisement?
Hey, Uncle.
Super.
It's Women's Speak Store. This shirt is not sold in stores. It says "Gay Uncle, the man, the myth, the legend."
Nice.
Yeah, if you would see my search,
We talked about this last week.
It's not good.
You know, typically, I search for weird shit all the fucking time, like all the fucking time.
I get a lot of ads for Wish, but if I try to click on the product, like okay, so I saw this ad for Wish that literally was a clear plastic bra, and I was like, I could get behind that, and so I clicked on it, but it was just like a dead image or something, and it took me just to the app, and I was like, no, I wanted a clear plastic bra.
No, you don't, because sweat is a thing.
I wanted to make costumes out of it.
What do you mean? Sweat is a thing.
Well, it's the thing, like you see,
Quotes by Roger. Sweat is a thing.
well, I mean, women wear those fucking high leather boots, sexy as fuck to look at. But I know after a day of fucking wearing a pair of boots, shit gets stanky after a while.
Yeah, I always
See?
wear socks with I don't wear socks with my sneakers, but I wear socks with my boots always.
Okay.
Can I tell you one more observation I saw? So
Yes,
gas
yes,
jumped
yes.
up, and I forget what hospital it is, like 9 miles up the road. It's I should know it.
We don't talk about here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Do people know where you're broadcasting
No.
from?
Oh, I know we're
really?
in Tampa. That's it. That's all we
Okay.
need to know.
Well, I'm not gonna. They don't know, like I understand.
No, they don't need to know.
Like
specifics.
Tampa. Okay, so I forget what hospital it is, but empty. Like, dude, I didn't see hardly any cars in the parking lot, nothing. Like, I drove by just.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing.
Well, I think so, but that's not. You turn on the news and it's like you see
everybody's dying.
People in hazmat suits, and there's like 6 of them around a patient. And they're like comforting him, and it's weird shit. Do you ever see like the CBS like coming up tonight on 60 Minutes? And they were like the insurrection terror at the Capitol, and like the videos I saw.
Like the one fucking video I saw was that the guy with the fucking the fur hat with the fucking horn, like walks into the Senate chamber, almost escorted by fucking 2 cops. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" It's like some guy got shot with a plastic
bullet.
He goes,
"I got shot," and he goes,
"He's like, oh, you're covered in blood. God bless you." And fucking goes up, stands.
Cool, dude. And then the officer asked him, "Can I kindly please ask you to leave?"
And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I just want to come up here and take a selfie." And it's like they weren't yelling, they weren't screaming. The other picture that was fucking funny was from in the rotunda of the Capitol. They have velvet ropes going from one doorway to another to keep people in. So all these fucking insurrectionists were all staying between the velvet ropes.
I shared a picture. It's Trump supporters storm Capitol, and I was like, storming or taking a tour?
Yeah, it looks like a fucking.
And there was people in there just like taking pictures. This was so weird. So there's one part where there was windows being burst.
Oh yeah.
And people fighting, but then there's another part where they're doing all the Mills photo shoots. Like I couldn't figure out.
Well, that was the thing. The guy that they called the fucking leader, the guy with that fucking horn hat, with the Viking hat, he was like just walking around, taking pictures, saying how he was like not doing anything.
You know, he was an actor, right?
Yeah.
Like legitimately.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, "Well, didn't you see him with the Q sent me signs?" I'm like, do you not understand how undercover shit works? Like, I'm not saying that he is undercover and not who he says he is, but that's the stuff they do. You have him dressed like an idiot in multiple places, and they go, "Look at that fucking idiot."
Well, he's going to go dressed up like that, which is incredibly noticeable.
Yes.
He's going to do things, not destructive things. He's going to do things to get cameras on him because he's got that look, and he's, and that's what it's all about. It's all about getting the notoriety. He probably doesn't give a flying fuck about anything political. All he wants to do is be there and be on camera.
Do you think he's a Trump supporter? Like, do you think that is a Trump supporter?
I don't fucking know. I mean, here's the problem: is the media has blurred the lines between what's what, and there's there were Trump supporters there. I'm sure that there was fucking people who were anti-Trump there. Just in there to stir shit up. I don't doubt that at fucking all.
But it's so weird. People think that if you say that, then you're in la la land. But that's what happens. Like I'm confused how people are confused by people thinking what you just said.
Just like with all the protests throughout, over the summer. There were people there that were trying to.
Dude, I played a video of this white chick trying to set like a Wendy's on fire, and the black guy was filming. He's like, "Man, look at this white girl over here," and he's like, "She ain't part of us." Yeah. And most of if you saw that too, the Black Lives Matter, most of it was white people. Some of us even know some of them around here that went to like the live stream it, and.
But that's the thing.
It's very odd.
A lot of people that were at those protests, not just here locally, but. There were people that were there with the intent to stir shit up. They didn't give a fuck about Black Lives Matter movement. They didn't give a fuck about the opposite. They just wanted to fuck shit up, and that was it. That was what they were there for.
But it's weird. There's still people that don't believe what you're saying. They think it's far out there
because they watch mainstream media and they're like, "That's gospel. That is absolute. What CNN tells me is the fucking truth, and there's nothing." No way around it.
I tried to relate it to movies like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Departed. You know what I'm saying? Like he goes undercover. Like even if you look at Gangs of New York, like he's undercover kind of.
The best movie to kind of that really is accurate to what's going on today in the world. The absolute, probably it should be considered a documentary at this point, is Idiocracy.
Oh yeah, everybody's talked about. I think it's like a big mixture of everything. It's like Idiocracy, Minority Report, 1984, Brave New World, even Wall-E too. If you watch Wall-E, just being big blobs and like floating around and not touching each other anymore. You know what I'm saying? The robots become more.
Oh my God, we're not touching each other now.
Well, it's like
exactly
the movie They Live, except instead of aliens, it's fucking people trying to fucking control shit.
Mhm.
You know, well, I love that movie.
I sometimes tell people I wish I could get plugged back in so I could eat the steak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'd want those glasses if I was in the movie. I don't know if I'd want to walk around with the glasses on, and that would.
Well, I mean, you know, what's funny about that is, you know, you see what he was seeing with the glasses on, and you look around and you can almost see it without the glasses.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what's weird. I'm sure you had to read one of them. Like, did you read Animal Farm, 1984, Brave New World? Which
I didn't read any of them, but I know.
But
I know
at
what
most
they all are,
schools,
I
you had
read
to
all
read
three. I read all three,
in
but I
high
read
school,
all.
or
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were all high school.
because they almost had everybody I know had to read one of those. There's a couple other books that it's the same type of books, but then it's almost like they go, here's like what we're gonna do, and people read it, and then they go, no, I believe it was Snowball. If you know Animal Farm, it's Snowball's fault. It's Osama bin Laden's fault. Like, it's the boogeyman. It's terror. It's now a coronavirus, something you can't see.
And, you know, and not saying the coronavirus doesn't exist and it's not a bad, you know, that it's not as bad as people, but it's bad. But the media is making it worse than it really is, and they're putting fear into people, illogical fear.
I want to still remind people you can still get others sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, people act like death didn't exist prior to coronavirus.
Yeah, I know.
They're like people put up. They put like the most deadliest day in U.S. history, and they count the coronavirus deaths just that day. And I'm like, you do realize that like 6,000 people die on average every day, like from things that a lot of it could be.
Well, that's the problem is you know, anyone who dies, if there hasn't been a coronavirus test before they died, coronavirus is immediately a contributing cause of death, even if they didn't have it. There was a guy who died in a motorcycle accident in Orlando. His death was considered coronavirus.
Dude, trust me, I know them all. I know the stuff from other countries. I've listened to so much stuff. There's this one. They literally I think it's like the NHS. It's kind of like our CDC in the United Kingdom. They're like, one of their leaders is Sir Patrick Welsh. This guy, he actually said, he goes, it doesn't necessarily mean they were infected because many of them haven't been tested.
Yeah,
like he actually said that. Like, it doesn't mean they were affected. Another country, the guy said that a person died. They tested negative for coronavirus prior to dying, but because they had symptoms, they put them down as a possible case, or no, probable. Well, and that gets counted as a positive.
Here in the United States,
testing,
if somebody comes in DOA, no matter how they died, one of their causes of death is immediately listed as coronavirus. They don't test corpses for coronavirus. There's no point, no need, and it's a waste of money. And hospitals are getting additional money for treating coronavirus cases. So even handling a dead body, marking it down coronavirus, they're getting extra money.
I played the clip. There's a senator. He's like a physician himself, and he breaks it down how they get more money, and when they go on ventilators, how they get more money. Like, not conspiracy theory talk. Like, he's the one in there actually voting on the bills. And I know they don't read most of them, but I'm sure he kind of knows what he's talking about. And you can go and look. That's what's weird is there's so much information, and yet people are still, they just like the comfort of the lie for some reason.
Well, I mean, and you look at all, you know, those, you know, movies you talked about and the books you talked about. The more access to information we have, the stupider we are.
Well, I tell people, the more I know, I don't know shit.
Yeah.
Like,
but we're dumb.
seriously.
We're dumber now in 2021. We are dumber than we were 50, 60 years ago.
I believe that.
100%. Because 50, 60 years ago, you needed to learn something and you needed to retain it. Now, if you want to know something, what do you do? If you don't know something you want to know, what do?
You look it up on your phone.
You Google it.
Yeah.
You learned it.
No, I go on social media and go, can somebody answer this question for me? They like people that do that. They go, does anybody know the address of like go? There's I'm part of all these little Venice's friendliest people and like these various groups that I used to go at, like for comedy shows we would do around there just to go advertise and places. And there was this guy, he posted the other day that he goes, something's wrong. He goes, I put 200 seconds on my microwave, and when it starts, it goes right to 1 minute and 59 seconds. And So he said he
Oh,
put
gotcha.
in 200, and then he
100
takes a picture where it says 159. He's like, "What's going on? Like it's broken and blah blah." Dude, so many people.
Oh.
No, he's doing it as a joke.
Okay.
And nobody realizes it's a joke. So people
Well,
are
people
like
taking it seriously.
taking it
that's
serious, making fun of him. Some people got mad when they found out it was a joke. But dude, he's funny. He posted he bought his stove, brand new oven, and it didn't come with a middle rack. Because you move the racks. People, it's hilarious just seeing people like get
and
bothered
people will
by
fucking
trying
lose
to
their
joke.
mind, and people will lose their minds over that shit. But where we're at today, like if you want to know something, you look it up on Google, you find out the answer, but you don't fucking retain that. You just wanted to know something at that moment. You knew it, and gone.
I was without my phone for 2 hours today. No big. And,
Was it orgasmic?
It was interesting. Yeah, I didn't miss it. I had to be resourceful and remember where things were without Googling them. And
Speaking of orgasmic, I'm going to ask you questions, and you too. So Shannon and I went out. We had our anniversary on the weekend.
Yes, happy anniversary.
Yeah, thanks. Woohoo. And we both had to pee like really bad. And she actually said, she goes, "Oh man, when you have to pee and really bad and you start going," she said, "it's like mini orgasmic." I've never heard her say anything like that. I was like, "What?" She's like, "Oh
I've definitely
yeah,
heard that.
is that to you or to you? Do you ever
I mean, I don't like have a full on orgasm
Well, yeah,
when
you're
I
not,
pee, but like,
shake it?"
but like,
Yeah.
but I've definitely heard that before, and I can relate. Yeah, like it feels lovely.
Spending a lot of time on the road, absolutely. There are times where you have to go 100 miles before there's a fucking bathroom. I mean, you can pull over and piss on the side of the road, but I gotta fucking make time. So there are times where I'm fucking, my back teeth are floating, and I wouldn't say it's truly orgasmic, but it's a very relieved feeling, very very satisfying feeling. The other thing is like if you have an itch and you scratch it, you have like a scratch-gasm, which just feels so good to scratch it. Same thing.
Yes, relieving a ditch is damn near orgasmic. It
Yeah,
seriously
yeah,
isn't.
yeah.
It doesn't drive you crazy when people say you got to itch it.
You're
Yeah,
supposed to scratch it.
Yeah, like it's an itch that you scratch. You don't itch.
You have an itch to scratch. You can scratch your itch, but you can't itch it.
Do you say you have an itch, or do you have a scratch?
No, I have an itch. Like, are people taking it that far? We're like, I got a scratch. I need to itch. Is it going that
I don't
far?
know.
Or
There's got to be somebody. It's probably the same asshole who, after a show, says, "Thank you for letting me be a part of your show." And "a part" is one word.
A part.
A part.
Oh, a part of your show.
Yeah. A part and a part are two different. They mean opposite things.
I know, which is
That
I know.
fucking annoys me.
How do you know if they're saying a part or a part?
Because like if I put somebody on a show, like thank you for letting me be a part of your show.
Verbally or written?
Written.
Oh, written is different. I was just like a part.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You can't tell what they're speaking.
Correct.
did you put those two words together?
Wait a second.
I thought I heard.
I didn't hear a fucking space between the A and the T.
Next
No.
time I talk to you, I'm going to enunciate and speak very clearly and ensure that I have spaces between all of my words.
Was that like several words? Because you had some weird pauses in that word.
I can't stand the then.
Yeah.
Oh, when people
When
don't
people
know how to
get,
write it.
they go, "Man, I'd rather eat grapes than cheese."
I'm like,
It's
yeah, I'd
like-
rather eat grapes than cheese as well.
Yeah, well, I guess that kind of
I
goes
like
together.
to-
Maybe you would.
I like to eat my cheese first.
You know what I'm talking about? They flip
Yeah.
it, then I'm like, it doesn't matter though. People don't care.
Remember,
Dude, I have a bigger vocabulary than Facebook. I seriously noticed that. There's so many words I type, red line underneath of it. I go and look it up and I go, I thought I was right. So how does they have access to the internet? How is my vocabulary bigger than?
I have a couple of words like
Because
that
they
even
dumb
in
it
my-
down
in my-
to the
my-
lowest
my-
common
Probably.
denominator.
Like smart people are like, well, I guess that's I before E except after C doesn't count in this thing.
Yeah.
Folks, grammar and punctuation are important because there's a big difference between helping your Uncle Jack off his horse and helping your Uncle Jack off his horse.
I don't know if I talked about this before. People have known me for. Dude, there was a sign like at a protest, and it said "No more rape." No more rape. Except after "no," there was an exclamation point.
No.
Yeah, it's
More
like more
rape.
rape. That's where grammar really matters, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
What? Why?
Well, it depends on what they were protesting. I mean, seriously.
Comas are important because you like cooking and reading your grandma. You don't like cooking and eating your grandma.
That's true.
So,
Mark says, ask Pat to say due diligence or measure. Is this one of the words like somebody who can't say aluminum, no aluminum in them, or cinnamon in them?
No, they make fun of me because of my accent. And look, did you say I was some homeless guys walking by?
I was joking because you had a big beard. And then last time I saw you, I haven't seen you in a while.
It's just funny. The people that know me, they make fun of me and say I'm homeless and whatnot. So.
I'm sorry. I don't think you're homeless. I know you have a lovely family.
But what's funny is like he cleans up nice.
I know he does.
Like I've seen him like cleaned up.
I'm getting ready to. In all honesty, man, I was gonna shave this, but I was like, dude, I've been here 3 times, I think. And every time, for the most part, I was clean shaven, and I'm like, I'm not going in clean shaven, so I'm gonna have like a big.
All right.
It's fine.
Looks good on you though.
Did you watch the
distinguished?
Did you see the Mel Gibson movie? I feel like I'm getting a beard like Embrace Santa Claus. Or do you even know about it?
No, I thought you were
I
talking
heard about
Pastor
it. I didn't see it.
It was actually pretty good, man.
I said Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
Mel
it was
Gibson,
what
he's
the hell?
Santa Claus.
Yeah, but it's like you know, like Santa's sleigh or something like that. It was like a fucking like a shoot 'em up movie.
Oh yeah, this boy gets pissed off that he's on the naughty list, I think, and Santa doesn't bring him presents, and he hires a hitman to go kill Santa Claus. And Mel Gibson's playing Santa Claus. He's like, "You think you're the first one that came to try to kill me or whatever?"
Is he like a badass Santa?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like at backwoods, like you would think. He lives in the North Pole. Duh. Of course, he's a tough guy. I mean, come on.
He works like one day a year.
Yeah, he makes all the elves do all the shit.
That's right. It's slave labor. It's the best thing ever.
This last Christmas, I Googled if Santa had diabetes.
Did you really?
In my house, yes, he does.
If you want to have fun, we played the game Is Blank Racist? You'll be shocked. And I had a friend that we did Is Hippo Racist? And I was like, there's no way that's going to bring up anything. We found this Dolph the Fascist Hippo. It's like some cartoon, not a cartoon, but like some, almost like a Barney type thing, but it's Dolph the Fascist Hippo from this place, and he's a fascist. He like.
Here's the thing, like racism is like porn. It's like Rule 34 of the internet. If it exists, there is porn of it. If it exists, it's racist.
Yeah, I wouldn't know if there's like bukkake mask porn. I've asked people.
Well,
Has that come out yet?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You think so?
Don't check my search history, but yeah, it's there.
Are you into like?
I got, as a matter of fact, today. Was today the anniversary? No, I was looking for. I got a Facebook violation the other day for commenting on an AT&T ad that Lily has some nice mommy that she has nice mommy milkers, and Facebook flagged that as bullying and harassment. I don't think it's bullying. I'm complimenting her mommy milkers. It's a compliment.
Totally.
Lily's got some big jug.
My friend sent me a message saying it's called a peegasm.
Yeah.
A peegasm. Hang on, like my mic went out.
Peegasm.
I don't know. I wanted to see because I just scrolled past an AT&T ad. I am wondering.
Well, so I started looking back at my things I've been banned for. Last year, I was banned for writing that COVID porn was better than Ebola porn. I said COVID porn, use the greater than symbol, Ebola porn, and I got fucking banned for that.
What was it? How long was it?
I think that one was 24 hours because I've been trying to behave myself lately. I don't know why.
What do you mean you don't know why? We're having to self-censor. That's why.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's sad.
That's right.
I had a friend share that she was going through TSA. I don't know if she was going to DC, but she said the screening, like every single person had to empty out all their shit. She said it was like extra tight. And
if I knew that, I would fucking go in there with fucking rubber cocks and like a giant butt plug. Like I would just come up with the most embarrassing shit. I would like hand them a fucking butt plug. But if somebody hands you a butt plug, are you gonna take it? I'm talking about somebody other than your wife.
I can't imagine her using that.
But I'm not,
a lot of people aren't going to know what a butt plug is, I think.
TSA agents are going to know because they fucking seen them. But if you hand someone a fucking butt plug, if somebody hands you a fucking dildo, you're not going to fucking touch that fucking thing. I mean, you might.
I wash my hands.
Well,
I wash my hands.
Well, it depends
Free
who's handing
dildos are
it to me.
expensive.
But that's what I would do if I knew TSA was screening like that. I would totally fucking do that.
Well, the reason why I said that she's like a hardcore libertarian and whatnot, and she said that she was actually more like nice and extra nice almost, and she was like she actually felt like almost fearful in a way, and she's not doing anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just because it was like the extra scrutiny for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's how, look, people are afraid to post things. Mark, the one that's been commenting, I say the other day, I go, if you want to see how fast Facebook censors, change your profile picture to Hitler.
You will get fucking banned.
Immediately.
I got banned for fucking posting a meme that was making fun of Hitler.
Yeah.
Wait,
And I got a fucking ban.
I have a picture of Hitler with his black dog wearing bunny ears.
Yeah, they'll fucking catch that eventually. Now you could fucking put up a picture of fucking Himmler, no problem. You could put a picture of Stalin, no fucking problem.
I did it. I put John Wayne Gacy.
I
was doing a bunch of Mao, all kinds of people.
I put up a picture of Charlie Chaplin because he did the silent film where he dressed up like Hitler.
Well, he spoke in that one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he made the speech. But I took a fucking picture from that fucking speech, from that scene, and put it up to see if they'd flag that and tagged it with Hitler. They didn't.
Have you ever heard Melody Sheep?
No.
Check it out. Really?
Yeah.
So if anybody listened, check out Melody Sheep, the dictator. They do that Charlie Chaplin speech.
Okay.
They make music out of it, and they do the same thing with Bill Hicks and George Carlin. It's called The Big Electron. Dude, it's so awesome. Whoever saw the little clips or the show of Carlin and Hicks and goes, I can make that into what they did is amazing. It's called Melody Sheep. Here's what's weird, man. So Melody Sheep created the one with the dictator, with the Charlie Chaplin. It's actually been banned from their channel. They actually created it, but it's allowed on somebody else's channel.
Well, it's fucking YouTube.
Explain that. I don't know. The stuff I read, there was a person that he created, I forget his name, but he created a song. And then somebody used a clip of his song in like one of their little productions. And then somebody used that song somewhere else. And the people that just used the clip claim copyright on the other person that used it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and the first person that puts the copyright claim in has the power.
Here's the fucked up thing with YouTube. They don't moderate or mediate content claims, copyright claims. So if you put up a video and I claim it as my copyright, it's up to me to decide whether or not it's actually my copyright. So you could dispute it, but then it gets kicked back to me to determine whether or not. I had a video on Facebook. I went live from my fucking bathtub. I was in my bathtub naked, just talking. No music playing, no nothing. And some fucking...
There was at least candles burning, right?
No, I just fucking fluorescent light bulbs. But some fucking dude from like India claimed fucking copyright on it.
On the audio from your...
On the video that I used some fucking form of his. Now, YouTube will at least tell you, like show you the segment that copyright is clean on. Facebook doesn't. YouTube does. Facebook does not. So it just said a portion of your video is copyrighted material that belongs to someone else.
We did a performance in California a couple of years ago, and we used a mashup of 3 different songs that my friend had like remixed in an original way and like whatever, and YouTube just like made it silent.
Music is very, very touchy.
Yeah.
Like how much you can use before it's copyrighted, it's very little.
She had like basically like ripped the vocals from a couple of songs and like put them over a beat that we had created originally.
Yeah, it doesn't. Mixing other people's copyrighted stuff doesn't make it original.
It's silent now, which is sad because it was a really good performance. But whatever.
I could get out a piano and get out a guitar and start playing Bohemian Rhapsody. Not even playing the Queen version. I could start playing Bohemian Rhapsody and it will get flagged.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Mark P. Thanks to social media, every basement dweller now has a voice, including us. So that being said, the powers that be deem it easier to just ban everything that could be seen as offensive to any one person. That's correct. The reason why Hitler pictures get flagged, because in Germany, pictures of Hitler are illegal.
What?
Yeah. It's considered socially offensive and it's censored. So you can't.
That's going to be Donald Trump here potentially in like.
Oh, absolutely.
10 years.
10 years.
10,
Try more like
one.
Try more like 17 hours.
What are they going to do with like if you think that goes to pass, that like pictures of Donald Trump will become illegal? What are they going to do with all the stuff that he did before he was president, like appearing in Home Alone? And
already
trying to take him out of movies.
No, actually, the Home Alone scene, they've already decided to cut that out. Now, here's the thing. It's not so much they're going to make it illegal; they're just going to make it go away.
Right.
They're not going to. The only way they're going to mention Donald Trump is in a disparaging way. They're not going to say, for anybody out there listening who's a fan or not a fan of Donald Trump, there are some legitimate good things that he did. His nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize is no bullshit. He is deserving of that for what he helped accomplish in the Middle East. But because his biggest problem was he didn't stop being a showman. If he would have when he was elected, if he would have put that fucking bullshit fucking reality TV star shit to the side and just focused on the business of being president and took it fucking serious, it would have been a completely different ballgame. But because he had to be a fucking clown, you got what son of a bitch. Somebody say something.
What do you say that he's been degraded and criticized? And I understand it's also the world we live in, but more than any other person ever. And so many of his things were actually edited to make it look one way when it really wasn't that way.
Oh yeah.
And that's what's scary because this is shit that we all can go watch. Well, and you can see for yourself.
You hear everybody saying about him inciting a riot. He's inciting this riot. How come no one is fucking showing the speech? They're saying he incited a riot, but they're not showing the speech.
Did you ever read the tweets that got him banned?
No. Well, I did, but I don't remember them off the top of my head.
A lot of people shit on me a couple of years ago when I went to go see Donald Trump speak before he became president. And everybody's like, why? Why would you go see him? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, because I know that what you see on TV is edited and they're summarized and it's like cut out. So it only shows what you want to see or what they want you to see. And I said, I want to hear it directly from the horse's mouth. I want to hear the whole speech.
He's a jackass, excuse me, not horse, jackass. Get it right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I wanted to hear it from the donkey's mouth or the donkey's butt, whatever. The ass's ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I wanted to see the whole thing. I wanted to see it in person. I wanted to see what he had to say, unedited and whatever.
Now, Mark is saying if he shows up to the inauguration, which he won't, but if he did, would it change anything? Absolutely not. He's not welcome there. They don't want him there. Even before he announced that he wasn't going to be there, they didn't want him there. They want to bury his portion of history. I guarantee you, Disney, in the Hall of Presidents at Disney World, right now he's the sitting president, so he makes a speech. The animatronic makes a speech, and it's in his voice. I guarantee you that when they put Biden in there, Donald Trump will not have a speaking part, and he'll be the only modern president to not have a speaking part. I guarantee, because and they're gonna stick him in the fucking back corner. Prove me wrong, Disney, but this is they're gonna put him in the back corner with very little light on him. People are just gonna try and forget about the past 5 years and not give any credit for any of the positive things he did. And basically, I see people all the time, it's Trump's fault that all these people died from coronavirus. Oh, really? So?
Oh, I thought it was the fact that we're all still partying on Clearwater Beach.
No. It's Donald fucking Trump's fault, and it's Ron DeSantis' fault because it happened in fucking Florida.
Oh, I thought it was the fact that the clubs opened back up at the only place back in the country.
Not in 98.
Yeah.
She could have been 99.
Or not with
so many of those stories. Have you seen them?
Or
105. I can't get over this one. Honestly, I've bitched about this for a while. It blows my mind. This lady was 105. 105 years old, and she died a week before she was going to get the coronavirus vaccine. I'm like, you know she was going to die sometime, right? Yeah. Like, she's 105.
Did she die of coronavirus?
I have no fucking
Yes, she did. If she died fucking a week before she was going to be damn right she did. But that's the problem, and he's not going to go. They don't want him there. He's going to leave the White House tomorrow morning. He's going to get on a plane and he's going to fly back to Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, but unless they arrest his family's going to continue on in some way, shape, or form. One of those kids is going to do something.
I doubt it.
I think they're all just going to go by the wayside.
With their name, their history.
You think they're pussies?
Nah.
I don't know, man.
Ivanka's not.
I
The
heard
rest of them are, but I would do
I was
the
talking about
shit
the
out of Tiff.
Sons.
I would do the shit out of
The
Tiff.
sons are bitches.
I heard
fuck it.
Trump Jr. on with Adam Carolla, and Adam Carolla was in construction for years, like legit.
Yeah.
And so Jr. was saying that, and it shocked me to hear that his dad made them. He said, if you're going to do construction, you actually need to know, like, if somebody's digging a ditch, you need to know, like, how long it takes to do that, blah, blah, blah. So he actually had them do every fucking thing on the construction site because, like, if he's going to charge people, you want to know if you're being ripped off. So
Yeah.
Junior supposedly claims that him and his brother, they actually had to do all the jobs. They actually went.
Honestly, it
So
wouldn't surprise me.
Corolla started quizzing him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, so what about blah, blah? And then Junior started just talking all the lingo, and Corolla was like, wow, you actually do know. Like, you obviously did shit. And of course, they obviously go and kill fucking things that are set up right for them to shoot right there, probably and whatnot. But
well, yeah,
it's, I don't know. I just find it odd. Like, they're obviously bravado and narcissist and out of the mind.
Very
in some
narcissistic.
ways, but they seem a little bit different some ways than a lot of those politicians. Like, I hate all politicians, but I actually like that he would make fun of other people. And because why would you not? I don't like the fakeness.
Yeah, but I think he took it too far, is what it is. He went a little overboard on a few things, and ran his mouth a little more than he probably should have. Not because he shouldn't say those things, but just good taste.
Yeah, but Biden's
Biden's a fucking kid sniffer.
And it blows my mind just all of his throughout the years. There's so much stuff you can go look at.
Oh yeah.
Why would you? That's why it's like, what's the lesser of two evils? Well, it's still evil. I don't know why you want to go with any of them. And
but
then,
what gets me is Biden was the best they could do. The best they could do. Who'd you vote for?
Jared Jorgensen.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I penciled in myself.
Okay.
Did you actually write Roger?
Whatever your
P.
middle name is.
Nelson?
Nelson.
Actually, I wrote Roger fucking Nelson.
Roger fucking Nelson.
That's what I put in.
I bet you there's some other. It's not like a super uncommon name to be Roger Nelson.
It's actually less common than you think.
Well, I'm just saying it's not like like
I
some
mean,
weird.
from
like,
what I know
Slovakian last name.
from what I know of, there's me.
Uh-huh.
There's an economist, like
Okay.
a very highly regarded
Oh, I
economist.
can't wait to hear this list.
There's
There's a rocket
skydiver.
scientist.
There's a skydiver who is not so good at skydiving. He fucking died skydiving. And Prince. That's it.
Okay, but like
Prince's real name is
that's
Roger
not true.
Nelson.
I mean, that's not true. There's also your son. There's that.
Yeah, that
Okay.
fucker. Yeah.
I've met
There's hundreds of
another
people
person.
that aren't famous in any way, shape, or form.
I've
Like
met
Roger
somebody
Nelson.
named Roger Nelson, like other than you.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know. Probably working at Starbucks.
Weird.
But anyway,
Oh, so you don't know? You just think you did.
I mean, it would be strange if he gave me that name as a fake name
All right, that's
because
true.
it's not like an exotic name that you make up yourself. Like,
Well,
no
maybe.
offense, whatever. I don't know. Maybe his name was Brad Pitt. Whatever.
But the real question is, can you take me high enough?
What?
Isn't that Nelson?
Willie Nelson?
No.
Are you
No,
related to Willie Nelson?
wasn't that Mr. Mister? No. That was holy shit. That was Ted Nugent's fucking band.
What the fuck you talking about? That's Nelson, man.
No, that was Ted Nugent's fucking
Can
band.
you take
High Enough was the name of the song.
me high
It was Damn Yankees.
enough?
Guys, I forgot what I was talking about.
It is Damn Yankees. What?
So suck a dick, bitch. I know my fucking 80s and 90s music. It's Uncle Ted.
Oh, why was I thinking that was Nelson?
No, Nelson was fuck. What the fuck was the song? Look it up. They did have a song, but that wasn't it.
Are you aware of Nelson?
Of Willie Nelson?
No.
No,
What are you
Nelson.
talking about? What are you
Nelson,
talking
who are actually Ricky Nelson's kids.
What is Nelson?
It's a band.
Oh.
They sang
probably not.
Bop. You may know that song.
No, that's Hanson.
I
Bop, beep, dap, ba, doo,
Right,
bop.
man. It's two like blonde-headed
Yeah.
brothers.
I don't know Nelson.
They had a fucking whiny ballad song.
I
It
can't.
wasn't
even-
more than words because that was extreme.
After the Rain was one that was semi-popular.
Okay. There was another one that was more popular.
Love and Affection, More Than Ever. I can't remember how their songs go. I know they had a few of them that were actually popular. Some
Yeah.
people listening are like, "It's fucking this song. How did you not
But they're Ricky Nelson's either kids or nephews or grandkids or something related. There was a singer back in the 50s named Ricky Nelson. They're related to him. Not related to me though.
Distant cousins of Nelson Mandela.
Or Willie Nelson, Uncle Willie. Saw him last year at the Strawberry Festival.
He's still alive, right?
Was it last year or the year before? It was
definitely the year before because last year nothing happened.
Is he in his 90s yet?
No, but he's slowed down. He stopped smoking weed.
I did go to the Strawberry Festival.
Yeah.
Last year. I think it happened in like February or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing a party.
Patrick probably doesn't drink Starbucks to establishment, I'm sure. Do you drink Starbucks?
I don't drink coffee anyways, so.
Usually, I've actually been drinking coffee lately because I've been driving my wife to work in the morning and she likes fucking Starbucks. She's been getting.
She likes fucking Starbucks.
She likes fucking Starbucks, right? Fucking Starbucks right in the pussy. That's how it goes.
She has her tails open for a reason.
Have you seen the picture of the model that did that?
Yes.
She's fucking hot.
You know, you can flip it upside down and it looks like a Baphomet type person or something. The
Really?
Starbucks.
She's not a mermaid. She's a pictish, which is a mermaid with two tails, basically. I assume that's where her cloaca is. Between her two tails. That makes
science,
sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Two tails is that.
So.
No, Nicole. He has a name that he uses for ordering. Probably. Just for fun fact, because I have no reason not to say it, but Brittney Spears' father. Oh shit, the name just fucking Barnaby Jones. When he checks in the hotel these days, is Barnaby Jones.
Oh.
And the guy from fucking Extreme Makeover. What the fuck was his name? Pretty boy motherfucker.
I have no idea.
He checks into hotels under the name Les. First name Les, last name Ismore. Less is more.
Do you?
Chad Pennington.
Can you just put any name down? Because when you go to pay, I'm thinking I'll be like, hey, this isn't the name that's on your credit card.
No, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I would go in there and just give them funny fucking names. Like, hey, would you blow me? Craven Moorhead.
Has anybody ever said yes?
What? Hey, would you blow me? I don't know, but I had a scammer call the other day for solar, and they asked my name. I gave it. Hey, would you blow me? And then they asked my address. And I gave them the address for Side Splitters.
I got a legitimate phone call today this morning, and it came up as like gibberish. Like I guess it was supposed to be like a private number, but it was like M518Z3 blah blah blah. Like,
yeah,
it was like this long, and I was like, I don't know. They're calling me exactly 7 o'clock in the morning. You better answer.
I've seen that on our home phone before, where it's had like
unless they're calling from a VoIP, and that's the IP address.
It might be because they're calling from far away.
Yeah, that could be the IP.
And you said it was legit. Did you answer it?
I did. It was actually a phone call that I needed. But I was like, I don't know. I wouldn't normally be awake at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I wouldn't normally answer a number like that. But for some reason, I was like, I don't know. I should answer it, and it was a phone call that I actually needed.
It was Starbucks asking if she ordered coffee under the name "Hey, would you blow me?"
So what are you? Do you think the world's going to change like in the next year or whatever? Like, do you think Biden's going to do? I hate to even talk. I don't even like talking about it because it's annoying. Like this one person is like God that's going to come in.
Okay, the same. Think about it. Okay, so under we'll just go to the last 3 presidents now. So under Bush, shit was shitty.
That's so bad for you.
You had
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just?
Everything's bad for you.
I just wanted to make a note that in the beginning of last year, where everybody's like, "Oh my God, we got antibacterial everything," and I was like, "Hey, remember a couple 10 years ago when MRSA was a thing?" And they were like, "Remember that MRSA became a thing because the germs became immune to it?" And I was like, "There's MRSA outbreaks happening now." Just so you know.
But so anyway, so if you'll get Bush's presidency, all right? 9/11 happened. The war in Iraq, war in Afghanistan. Shit happens.
Excuse me, it was a war for Iraqi freedom.
Whatever the fuck you want to. However you want to sugarcoat that shit.
It.
Yeah, however you want to fucking spin that shit. It was a war. It was in Iraq. There we go. So you had that, and shit was shitty. Then Obama took office. And guess what?
That's another Roger quote. Shit was
shitty. Now then Obama took office, and for 8 years, shit was still shitty. Then Trump took office and shit was shitty. Oh, Biden's in office, except Biden's not going to sit for 4 years. He's not going to make it 4 years.
I didn't think either one, if they got elected, that they would last because they're both really old. It wouldn't shock me if Trump.
Here's my prediction, folks. Here's my prediction. You're gonna hear it here first, unless somebody else actually.
I was gonna say I'm gonna interrupt you because other people have already said it.
Fuck you, man.
He'll step aside.
They're not gonna. He's not gonna step aside. Pelosi pushed for the 25th Amendment, for the changes to the 25th Amendment. They're gonna use his mental capacity and the fact that he is fucking senile to bump him out of office and make Hamilton Harris the first fucking.
Oh, that'd be great if they start. Like, he has a hard time reading anyways, and if they start writing words and sentences incorrectly, and he's like, they totally
that's my prediction. They are setting him up to use that 25th Amendment to get him out of office.
We can only hope. Finally get a woman in there in charge.
Absolutely. Actually, I gotta be honest with you. I was kind of hoping for Tulsi Gabbard because she's fucking hot.
Well, that's nice. You want to talk about if they could get a really hot president in there? Talk about distracting.
Well,
right?
No. There's a very good reason. There's a very good reason why. Because no matter who's in office, they're fucking useless. They don't fucking do anything.
Oh, they want them to be good looking, right?
So exactly, may as well have something good to look at. Whatever. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard's a nice lady. Very, I appreciate her history. And
can move to Canada with Mark and hang out with Trudeau. Trudeau's sexy. Oh, he's so sexy.
He liked me calling her Camel Toe Harris. Hang on. Canada, they're very nice. You know what Canada is? Canada is America's hat. It just kind of sits on top. It's kind of useless. It's there. Everybody knows it's there.
So it's your wife.
No, I said it sits on top of my head. Not sits next to me and bitches about me leaving fucking wet spots on the floor.
So how long have you been together? I know it's been a while.
It's 20 years. We've been together 20 years.
20 years. So do you guys still like, I'm just curious, you still like get it on or whatnot?
Yeah, no. We're not going to talk about my marriage right
now. Okay, jeez.
I'm sorry. I would have just as easily said it to him if he was saying those words.
Okay.
So it was just a joke.
So a young man goes to a pharmacist, into the pharmacy. He wants to buy some condoms, but he doesn't know what to buy. He's new to the whole game, so he says to the pharmacist, there are all these different packs and different amounts. So what are they? What's the difference? And he said, pharmacist says, this 3-pack here, that's when you're in high school. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The 3.
What?
And the 12-pack is for the 7-pack is for the college guys, guys that are single, ready to mingle, one for each night of the week. The kid's like, well, what about the 12-pack? They're like, that's when you're married, once a month. Hey-yo. Be careful with that joke, kids.
I want to know what that was a pharmacist talking to the kid?
Yeah, it was a pharmacist talking to the kid.
What? Who was he that he was banging all weekend days? Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, every night in college.
Back in college, I was fucking laying some pipe on a regular basis.
Every night of the week?
Yeah, just about. Yeah, oh yeah. A lot of fucking ecstasy.
There wasn't any just partying and tickle fights with the dudes.
No,
it's just me.
No, man, no. We no longer swill sherry and screw goats for fun in college.
I don't know.
You want another shitty pharmacist joke? A deaf mute guy walks into a pharmacy, wants to get a condom. Doesn't know how to communicate it, so he just unzips his pants, throws a $5 bill on there, throws his dick on the counter. Pharmacist looks at it, whips his dick out, puts it, takes a $5 bill.
That's actually a good one. I've never heard that one before. That's actually a pretty good one of those street jokes.
Yeah.
Usually you can see the punchline coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
Doesn't that annoy you? And sometimes when you see comedy and you already know where, you're just like, ugh. And then it goes there and you're like, ugh. But then when it doesn't, you're like, oh, thank you. Like, you actually did something different.
Well, most of my jokes end up going, ugh. That's all right. I don't give a fuck. People pay to see me. That's all I care about.
Okay, so I'm curious, what do we differ about? Because you did say that last time. He was like, we differ on a lot of things, and we can hang out.
Well, I know one of the things we differ on is our views on the police. I know you are not a fan.
Oh, you did. I got Blue Lives Matter all over. It's right under my BLM and the Don't Tread on Me and the American flag.
Don't Tread on Me has now been changed to No Step on Snake.
What?
No step on snake.
Why? Why?
There's no step on snake.
I know, but why?
Why not? It's fucking funny.
I don't know why.
No step on snake.
Yeah, but snake is spelled S-N-E-K. No step on snake.
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 I'm confused.
No, I'm trying to think. Like last time you were here, I think there was something I disagreed with, but not like it was like, oh my god, I can't believe you fucking believe that, you fucking sack of shit. It was just like, oh wow, we disagree on this.
Well, I've never really been a fan of the police, and then just I would argue against them wholeheartedly. Like people think they need to change the police. They actually need to scale back laws. They need to stop their interactions with people like they do, and it's not as bad. I really think the cannabis legalization, decriminalization, they don't fuck with people as much in a lot of places and the pill usage has kind of gone down. I know people are still using pills, but it's nothing like it was.
No.
I mean, seriously, we all know we used to see zombies walking the streets around here.
Well, depending on when and where you go,
You still kind of can. Yeah, if you can go on Nebraska.
Marijuana should be legal across the fucking board. Like there's no reason for it to be illegal.
Well, I tell people, I say you can't make nature illegal. You can criminalize it.
Yeah.
And they've decriminalized it at places, but they still charge a fine, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
And people are like, it's cool. We don't have to go to court. It's like, no, it's not cool, man. Like, you shouldn't be down. Yeah, leave me the fuck alone. And
see, my biggest bitch with the police are speeding tickets. Like that's like, okay, I could see in certain environments, like, yeah, you shouldn't be speeding in the rain. You shouldn't be doing fucking 90 in the rain. All right. But on a fucking open highway with fucking no bad weather, clear,
four lanes,
middle
of the night, there's nobody around.
Reasonable and prudent. Now, it's fucking stupid. I like to drive fast, but it's fucking stupid at night to outdrive your headlights. Don't drive faster than your headlights can see that you can react.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So, outdriving.
Say, is that a drunk game you play? Come on, beat these headlights.
no, I mean, it's
damn. I lost
it's something. If something's in the road, where your headlights pick it up, you need to be able to stop or make an evasive maneuver. So doing, 180, when your headlights aren't so good, that's a dumb fucking move. But just writing fucking speeding tickets and speed traps for just the sake of generating fucking revenue is stupid. I'm against photo radar. Absolutely. I'm against photo radar. I'm against photo fucking ticket.
I don't know
red
how
light
it is
tickets.
in Canada, but here it's super easy to challenge the camera.
Yeah, well, here it is. California, not so much, because they take a picture of the driver. But I got a story about that.
It depends. They were throwing a lot of them out. You can basically go in and say, you have a right to talk to your accuser. That's how the law works. Mm-hmm. And a camera can't fucking. But you go, like in Pasco County, you go in front of a magistrate. It's not even a real judge.
Yeah.
And you can get to where you go to actual traffic court. And I think when you get to that, if you do the whole law stuff, they'll actually throw it out. But it's worse. What blows my mind, and I've bitched about this for years, you get a ticket from a company, usually in like Arizona.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to pay a company in Ohio.
Yep.
So your actual area gets hardly any of the money. At least if you're going to extract money from people, why don't you put it back into
here's a better
area?
Here's a better question. Hey, local government, give me an accounting as to where that money goes. Where does that money, that revenue that's coming in from those photo tickets, where's that going?
It's for the children.
Oh.
Everything's always for the children.
It's like school fundraise. My kids will bring home these fucking
for the children.
Where's this money going? Oh, to buy computers.
Uh-huh. Go buy pencils and pay the teachers' salaries. And what are your kids doing? Are they in school?
Today was their first day back in school since March.
What? No way. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Our kids have been back since the middle of August.
See,
really?
We did the online e-learning. I was hoping that they would do the e-learning more because I hope they would fucking just, they dumbed school down so fucking easy. And my kids still fucked up. And that's why they went back to school, because they're fucking idiots. They give you the assignment right there. It's all fill in the blank. They're not giving you anything hard. You should have straight A's. And they fucking failed all their classes, both of them.
Like actual F's?
My daughter's highest grade last quarter was an 18. Everything else was zeros. Yeah.
Does
She would just
like not
she
turn
was
in
just
work?
sit. She was just sitting in front of the computer, not doing anything.
But does she like not turn in the assignments?
She was just sitting in front of her computer. She wasn't logging into Zoom into the Zoom.
I'm sorry,
meetings.
Roger. I just picture her staring and drooling.
That's pretty much what the fuck it was.
Why?
Every time, and
Why?
yeah, I've been working from home, so every time she'd hear me get up and you know start to get up,
drool from her face.
she'd wipe the drool off and like sign in to open up a window that fuck it. She'd be sitting there fucking watching YouTube videos. What she was doing.
Yeah,
Look at her
that's
search history. So, you know, they're back in school now. Fuck you guys. The house was nice and quiet today. Go back to school.
You and her wife ignored each other all day.
Well, my wife works, so she's.
So that's why you're driving to work. Honey, you want to go to work? I'll take you. Come on,
Well, no, I'm driving her to work because her car's fucking broken. And I'm finally getting it fixed. It's been a fucking ordeal. Fucking ordeal and a half.
Dude, I had to go get we had a warranty on the Toyota battery. And we called, they wouldn't let us just go pick it up and replace it ourselves.
No, they have to put it in.
So January 1st, New Year's Day, they said, you can come in when we open. We don't have any appointments. Nobody will be here. I show up at like 10 till, wait until about 5 till, guy walks out. Dude, I go in there and wait until after 8. So I was in there over an hour, and he comes and he goes, you need a new like terminal clamp put on. That was a little bit corroded. Like, we can do it for $40. I'm like, I can do that. Like a fucking moron could do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, seriously, I could go get a 6-year-old and go, here's the tools. I could probably tell him to just figure it out.
Well, that's why, like, I usually work on my own cars, but I always, you know, all my cars are either older or specifically purchased because they're easy to work on. My wife's fucking car, on the other hand, is a fucking piece of shit Chevy with dual overhead cams. I had to replace the fucking cylinder head. I've replaced cylinder heads before. It's not a big fucking deal. But with the overhead cams, it's got to be so fucking precise. There's something off. It runs, it drives, sounds fine, but at idle, it's a little rough, and it's given me a can crank, correlation error, which means the can and the cranks aren't the cans and the crank aren't in line where they should be. It's off enough to throw a code, but not off enough to make it run like shit. So I've been took the fucking this past weekend, fucking took the timing belt, stripped it down, timing belt off, readjusted the cams, put it back together, same fucking thing. Like, fuck it, I'm done with it. I'm over it. I'm taking it to somebody to have it fixed.
Do you have Roger Jr. participating in this?
Oh, he's a good handyman. He'll fucking hand me whatever I fucking tell him to after he fucking sits there like, what?
So I was gonna say he's standing there drooling. I'll just hold the tools.
I don't even let him hold the flashlight. I don't even let him hold the fucking flashlight. Remember that when you were a kid, you had to hold the flashlight and get yelled at. Shine the light over here!
I don't remember which guest it was. He was complaining about how much he hates cars and cars are dumb and he doesn't want a car. And then we went outside and his car needed a jump or something.
Oh, that was shit. Was that Luke McDermott? I think.
Luke.
Yeah, he was like saying, "Oh, you know, cars. I fucking hate cars." And we went outside, and his fucking battery was stone dead.
Right from all that driving around the country he's doing on all his gigs.
Yeah, could be. But yeah, so that car. So I've been driving her to fucking work every morning for the past like fucking 2-3 months, and I'm done. I'm over it.
You literally did. John Caparulo had a joke about it. He did. He's like something about helping his dad. Because I learned how to stand there and get yelled at. Just hold the flashlight.
Yep.
It's the truth, man. Seriously, I would have to go to. I grew up in a house that when I was very young, my dad grew up in it and his dad grew up in it. So fucking old. It didn't have central heating and air or nothing. We actually put that shit in. Did a lot of work. So I was like super young. I would have to like run from that house down to like my grandma's house to get something, which was over the hill, but still, like I'd have to run down, come back, and you just kind of stand there and maybe help a little bit. But yeah, it was pretty much. If you were like your dad's,
you're the helper.
You were the like one of these little stress balls. He got to like just fucking yell at you.
But me and my brothers, I got 2 brothers. We learned to fix shit because we would be able to fix shit, not have to get yelled at while my father fixed it. So we learned to fucking spackle and fucking replace, repair drywall, and we learned how to do all that shit just to avoid getting yelled at.
Something doing a good job, Dad.
Yeah, something was fucked up. We would just fucking fix it and just be like, yeah, this was fucked up. We fixed it. Oh, okay, good.
Are your parents still around?
My father's dead. My mom's not. My mom's lives here.
Does your mom still tune in to each show, or?
Yeah, she was on before.
Oh, she was. She's probably still here. My dad is watching, I believe.
Yeah.
He texted me that he didn't text the thing.
Are they still together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we actually, I didn't even. I'm sorry, I didn't even look at that comment. Said something's weird with the sound. Sounds like you're in a tunnel. Yeah, probably.
Oh, she said that?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a long time ago.
yeah. I guess I must have corrected.
It was
Or just-
probably when your mic was being funny.
Yeah, it could be. Why not fix those ceiling tiles then? Because this is a fucking leased office. I don't fucking own this building. It's a leased space. And those motherfuckers need to fix it. They need to do an abatement on the mold.
That's funny. They heard all of his regalings of I fixed this, I fixed that. They're like, what
Oh,
about
I can
this ceiling
absolutely fucking
tile?
fix that. I could go fly fucking. I can go to Home Depot, buy some fucking ceiling tiles, cut them up, fix, set them.
Yeah, but that won't fix the mold though.
Yeah, but they won't fix the mold, and that's not my fucking job.
It's definitely not going to fix the leak.
Yeah, this isn't my house. This is my office. If this is my house, it'd be fixed already.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about the owners.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
So Blue Lives Matter. That you think that's where we differ? So where would you
Not
think
really.
we differ on that? I'm curious. What?
I think I'm a little bit more pro police than you are.
No, what do you mean by pro police?
Well, aside from you've expressed some very disapproving things regarding law enforcement, and not anything major. I mean, it was just like, okay, I disagree with that, but there's no sense fucking really getting into it now. It's little things.
I just know most of the laws, like they're victimless crimes. Like to have a crime, you have to have a victim.
Correct.
And I tell people all the time, when they say like it's a fucking systemic racism, like go to court. Like actually, I've been to all the different types of courts. Go and actually watch what occurs there.
Well,
it's usually poor people getting fucked. It has nothing to do with your skin color.
And Ben Shapiro actually fucking nailed it. He said, as far as systemic racism goes, if you know of a law that's fucking racist, bring it forth and I'll stand beside you and fight it. But until then, there's
all those weird laws that we were talking about last week, all the like retarded, outdated laws.
Oh, you
whatever.
can't like sweep your front porch
On
on
a Saturday,
Tuesdays
yeah.
with
Yeah,
your
like-
leg in the air and
Yeah,
the
like
pinky.
shit like that. So I got most of those laws specifically from attorneys' websites that were like, if you've been accused of any of these things, we'll fight for you.
yeah, and chances are they're not, but nobody's being accused of those fucking
Well,
things
some of
anymore.
them, like, I mean,
But those
the men in a strapless dress thing. Yeah.
Well, oh, that reminded me. Thank you. Talking about the the traffic cameras. I said I had a story about that. So there's a YouTube channel I follow called VinWiki, and they have car-based stories. Because I'm a big car guy.
Wikipedia turned 20 years today.
Hey, happy birthday, Wikipedia!
Okay, go.
But so anyway, so VinWiki, it's actually VinWiki is an app that tracks luxury cars, supercars, stuff like that. People spot them and tracks the history of these cars. But this guy, the guy who founded it, Ed Bolian's got a YouTube channel where he's got people that come in with interesting car-related stories. And one of his sponsors is a company called the Ticket Clinic. It's a law firm that.
I know them. I've used them.
Okay.
Oh, people swear by them. A lot of people.
Yeah.
So the founder of the Ticket Clinic came in and gave like his top 10 craziest fucking stories of fighting tickets. One of them was in California. I think it was a red light ticket. It was either a red light photo ticket or a speeding photo ticket. But in California, by the way their laws are written, not only does it take a picture of the car and the license plate, it takes a picture of the driver. So they're going to fight it. They're going to go to trial on it. So the accused, the defendant and his attorney show up, except in the defendant was a drag queen, and when the ticket was taken, he was fully done up and looked like a beautiful woman. And he shows up in court dressed up like a beautiful man, wearing a suit and ready for business. And the lawyer argued, it's not the same person. There's a woman driving the car here. He's clearly a man. It's not him.
I love it.
Case dismissed.
Really?
I love
Oh,
that
yeah.
so much.
Oh yeah.
More reasons that there should be more.
Oh yeah. I mean,
queens.
just watching this guy, like the shit he did to fight tickets, like talking about calibrating the laser, and there's just those things that the average asshole won't think of to ask. It doesn't know to ask. It doesn't understand to ask. So they end up having to pay these fucking fines, and they get these tickets dismissed nonstop.
There's so many things. My understanding is every day they're supposed to calibrate it. No, like most of the places before they go out.
Laser, first thing in the morning, there's a routine. In different jurisdictions, different laser systems have different things, but the one he specifically spoke of, they have to shoot the laser at a metal sign that has to be no less than 12 inches by 12 inches from a distance of 180 feet. And it does something to calibrate. And this one, officer that he was questioning was a female officer. She says every morning she tests her laser. Well, what do you use to test it? And she said, I shoot it at my mailbox. It's not a 12-inch by 12-inch flat metal sign. And I guess he didn't have to go into how did you measure the distance because the judge just immediately fucking threw it out. He also had one. It was like he had like 10 cases in before one judge, 10 different defendants before one judge. Asked for like a summary. All my cases. We'll change our pleas to guilty if you do. No points and a fine, whatever. The judge was like, nope, we're gonna prosecute all these cases. So he went the long-winded way of asking about radar calibration and this and that, and each case, the first like 2-3 cases they went through took almost an hour each, and they had 10 cases to go through. The judge finally said, we'll just do a fucking summary judgment for you.
Did I ever tell you when I went to court in Hernando County? I don't know if they have it once a month, but I show up, alphabetical order. My last name's Welsh.
Oh Jesus!
I was 292. I kid you not. I showed up in the morning. It was like 8:30 is what they said. Your time to be there was 8:30. I get there. Courtroom's filled. I see multiple pages of people's names. I look, I'm 292. And I laughed because I said, I was there for cannabis charges. I left 3 times and went and partook when I'm like supposed to be waiting for. Yeah, I was like 292 out of, I think it was like 303. I was there until it was like 3 something. Just, yeah.
I've only beat 1 ticket in court, and it was the most fucked up situation. I go in and, court starts 8 o'clock in the morning. I go in, go to check in with the clerk, got to show ID. I left my fucking wallet at home. Court was in Hauppauge, New York, and I lived in Mount Sinai, New York. Good 30 to 45-minute drive. And this is 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's rush hour. So I don't have my ID. She can't check me in. They can't hear the case. I said, well, I could run home and get it. And she's like, oh, you have to be here, get back at a certain time because we recess. I'm like, I'll go as fast as I can. So I fly home, grab my wallet, fly back. I walk into the fucking courtroom. There is no one there, not even the judge. The clerk's sitting there. I'm like, shit. So I say to the clerk, all right, I'm back. I got my license. So I go, oh, the judge was just about to, make a ruling in your case. So she picks up the phone, calls the judge. Judge comes out. So, Mr. Nelson, you finally made it back. Yes, Judge. All right, well, the officer's not here, so charge dismissed. We could have fucking done this without my license.
You had to actually use your license to check into court?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
They've never checked mine in
ever. Well, this is in New York.
Yeah, I've
People's Democratic Republic of New York.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm like, every time I've ever been for any reason, they're like, "Are you Nicole?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, you're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, actually, the times I've been in court here.
I've beaten Citibank in court, Chili's in court, but I've never beaten the state.
No.
I had a cop not show up one time, but actually trying to beat. Yeah, I've never been able to beat the state.
Yeah, in New York, they can postpone a case a certain number of times because if the officer is not available. But once that limit's used up, it has to go to fucking trial. And we were at that point because the guy kept bumping it off.
I've had that happen where, they can go and continue it because the officer wasn't able to make it. But if it's a minor traffic thing, they usually just throw it out.
Yeah. Well, I specifically requested a trial because I was trying to do it on sympathy. My daughter had just gotten into a car accident. And I was trying to get home to my pregnant wife to give her the, lowdown on what has pre-cell phone days. So I wanted to get there and tell her what happened because she was freaking out. So I was hauling ass and the cop pulled me over. So I'm pulled over and my daughter, who was just in a car accident, fucking drives past. Fucking beeps, bitch.
You couldn't have pulled like the pity daddy card.
That cop didn't give a fuck. I mean, I was hauling ass. He didn't give a fuck. And what's funny is like he was in a median and I knew cops always hang out there. It was like probably 2 miles from my house.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm coming down, I could see the fucking reflection because those cars are white with red and blue stripes. So when your headlights hit them, they fucking stand out. So I saw him, started slowing down. Before I even got up to him, he turned his fucking lights on. I just pulled over. I had to actually keep going. I could have stopped before where the fucking median was because I knew he was pulling me over. So I just pulled over and kind of just rolled through and he just tucked out behind me. It's like, you know how fast you were going? I said, nope. He's like, it was too fast. I think he clocked me at like 95 and a 55. Wrote me for 70.
I was going to say 25 or over down here. It's over 25. It's a felony.
Yeah, well,
reckless driving.
They'll write it. They'll write that up there, but he probably didn't have something calibrated, so he was going to write it for 70. You know, usually with 70 up there, it's a small fine, no points or minimal points. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna fight it. So I fought it and I won.
Are you getting speeding tickets or anything? Have you ever gotten a speeding ticket?
Yeah. I've gotten a couple of tickets, but I've been on like my best behavior for the past couple of years.
Oh yeah, I don't even drive. I mean, I still drive fast during the day more, but not at night. Fucking none whatsoever.
See, at night, I don't go too crazy. Not because I'm worried about getting pulled over. It's because everybody else on the road's a fucking moron.
You know, the last time that I got pulled over, I didn't get a ticket, but it was this weird, like, you get off the highway and then you go into a normal street, and I was still kind of like coming off of the highway speed, and I was like, all right, sorry, I'm on my way to work. And they're like, all right, go home. Don't do it again.
I notice if you drive, especially on 19, like at times I've come home late on 19, so I'll drive all through Pinellas County up into Pasco, and I can tell the people that are drunk, man, at like 12:30, 1:30 in the morning too. Dude, people be driving like 35 miles an hour. Seriously, they're driving so slow, and I'm like, I don't want people to get pulled over, and I want to. If I was a cop, those are the people I'd be pulling over because that's unsafe to drive that slow, and they're obviously wasted.
They say that like the number one indicator of people who are drunk driving is not driving too fast or swerving, is driving too slow. Because they're like overly concentrating.
Now in New York, there's something that we had in New York that doesn't exist down here. It was the greatest thing ever. It was called a PBA card. So if you were friends or they actually work.
Fraternal Brotherhood of
the FOP, no, but the card. Yeah, so if you have a friend or a family member that's a cop, they'll give out, usually in the beginning of the year, they get their new badge, and they're Patrolman Benevolent Association cards, and the cops can give them out usually as just, you know, tokens of appreciation. However, it's basically a get out of a speeding ticket card. You know, you get pulled over, you hand the copy of license, your registration, your insurance, and usually the PBA card with it. They'll look at it. Sometimes they'll call the cop that, you know, because they usually sign it with a phone number. They'll call the cop, yeah, you know, this guy, you know, got him for speeding. Oh, he's a good guy. Cut him some slack. And they'll either write it for something less or they'll just let you go. And I've gotten out of so many fucking tickets with PBA because all my friends were cops, so I have a fucking stack of them like this.
Shocking, he's a Blue Lives Matter guy.
Yeah, you know. So it's like where I get pulled. I got pulled. I'm in fucking New York City. Okay.
Guys killed a hooker. Let him go. It's cool. I know him. He's got the
We'll just take the hooker out of the trunk. We'll dump her on Gilgo Beach, and you'll be good to go.
I got one of those. He's not anymore, but my father-in-law was a chaplain for the Pasco County Sheriff. So I had his business card with the Pasco County Sheriff's thing on it, Chaplin, Eisenhart, whatnot. I never carry my ID with me, never ever, and I had it attached back on the back of. For some reason, I had my ID with me this one time, and I got pulled over, and I laughed. I was getting pulled over because there was a truck driving like an asshole, and a truck that was speeding. And when the cop pulled out, I was like, jackass is going to get pulled over because he was driving like an asshole the whole time. Nope, the guy pulled me over. I'm like, I wasn't even fucking speeding. I actually told him, I go, why are you pulling me over? That truck was, and he said, blah, blah, blah. So I hand him my license with that card on the back, and he turns in the back and he goes, what's this? And I'm like, I wanted to go get out of jail free card, right? Like, you fucking moron. I go, exactly what it says. So we wrote, in case of emergency.
You're on the mic wire.
Oh,
it's low budget, man.
Can you hear now?
I'm good.
We're out of the tunnel.
We're out of the tunnel.
What's that? So I handed him the thing. He turned to the back and he goes, what's this? And I said, exactly what it says. Like, in case of emergency, call him. We're acting like, oh, if we got in a wreck or something, you know, but it's, basically get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
So he goes back. He evidently called Pasco County Sheriff's Office, confirmed that my father-in-law was the chaplain, and he came back up and he actually said this. These are his exact words. He goes, just so you know, he said, when a cop asks you something, answer the question. You need to tell us. He said, he said, most of us aren't very bright. He actually said that.
He's honest.
He said, most of us aren't very bright, so you need to actually answer our questions. I just laughed, and he let me go. And dude, this is the craziest thing. He actually admitted to me, he said, I'm not going to give you a ticket. He said, because if you took this to court, he said, it wouldn't be good for me to have to get up and admit that truck was actually driving faster than you. But he pulled me. I'm like, you just admitted not only you're not, and he wonders why I don't like.
I got pulled over in New York on the Sunken Meadow Parkway on Long Island. Got pulled over by a New York State trooper, and I had a good friend who was a high up detective in the state troopers. So I get pulled over by this cop, and I'm like, fuck. I tried name dropping, that fucking cop didn't give a shit. So I call my buddy up. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting pulled over by another by a trooper. Working, I'm on a job. It's like, all right. It's like, what's his name? Gave him the name. While the fucking cop is standing there, his fucking cell phone rings. He answers the cell phone. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Goodbye, sir. Hangs up. Gives my license back. He's like, some big people, and just fucking walked away, got in his car and left. I'm like, holy shit, that fucking worked. Like, that was so cool.
So now I don't like Roger.
That's all right. Nobody else does. Get in line, motherfucker. It's a long line to get him back.
I was gonna say that's why you guys are friends.
We talked about that though. That you act like, oh, I'm an asshole jackass, but you're really not. Like,
well, I can be.
A lot of people can, but
True.
But and like in the comedy world, like the people I'm around, a lot of the people that are true assholes, they're assholes in like a passive aggressive, weird fucking way. I think it's because they lived in their parents' basement until they were 30 or whatever.
Could
I'm not
very
sure
well
exactly
be.
what it is, but
Randy Holden.
I don't think that you're. Well, Randy has serial killer potential.
Oh,
I
definitely,
mean,
definitely.
But I don't know if he would really hurt anybody. If you like, I've talked to Randy a lot, and he's a weirdo.
I think he's buried bodies. I mean, I'm just this is
Nah.
we're joking
This
around.
is joking as.
I don't actually think he's buried a body.
He's got big hands though, man. If he got those mitts on you, he would. And did you ever? Is he still with the woman that he was with?
No, I haven't
He was
spoken.
with the woman?
Oh yeah, it was.
I haven't spoken or heard from that guy in years.
He was with a black woman, a skinnier black woman. Like, if
Really?
you saw them together, you'd be like, "There's no way in a million years those two people be together." But somehow they came together. I don't know if it was
Especially with like the way he talks. I mean, like the shitty. I don't know. I was expecting any woman he'd be with to be like a big fat hairy pig balding with no ears or something.
Randy's so funny.
He's got what?
He's got real submissive tendencies.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
That's nice. Now I'm thinking of him getting railed by a woman. But no, I don't think you're a big ass or anything. Like, you're actually nice in a roundabout way.
What?
But you're not.
He's like flickering weird.
Maybe that is you're not like fake. You know what I'm saying? You're not all like. I would rather you be real and maybe be not as nice and so-called friendly, but be fake friendly.
No.
Is that?
I'm just me. That's all I can be.
I agree with that. You're a very real person, and I think a lot of people who think you're quote unquote an asshole, they're just like, oh, they're confusing.
What did J.J. Curry say? The reason why he said there's a reason why people in the comedy community in Tampa don't like me.
Oh, did he actually? You got?
He said
that confirmation.
He said something like, I think it's because I'm very loud, I'm very outspoken, and I'm no bullshit. And I think people are put off by that. And good, fuck them.
Wow, you actually.
Hey, do you know more people that like sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Oh, come on. Are you serious? It's got to be sweet tea.
Exactly.
I don't really ask people that question.
I like unsweet tea.
You're fucking weirdo.
It's just an acquired taste.
Yeah,
and you are unsweet tea.
But I'm really fucking sweet, though. I'm so fucking sweet, I got diabetes.
I was making an analogy.
Yeah, but okay, your analogy, you can make unsweet tea sweet, so how can you make him sweet?
Yeah.
By sugarcoating everything he says.
If you sugarcoat anything, I'm gonna fucking eat it, okay?
Yeah.
I love you both so much.
Did you say that there were some things, they supposedly surveyed America, and it said Chick-fil-A had the slowest drive-through, average wait time.
Truth. Have you seen the lines? They're like wrapping around the building.
Hang on.
Wait, have you gone through the line?
Yes.
Everybody I know disagreed.
Okay. I've been through the Chick-fil-A line, but not willingly because I was not the one driving the car. I don't want to go to Chick-fil-A because I like gay people. So
does Chick-fil-A. They hire them. They do things for them. The things you don't fucking hear about. So the company is not anti-gay. S. Truett Cathy was. He's fucking dead.
I don't know how a company itself could be.
They're a Christian company, and therefore they don't like gay people.
Have they ever done anything discriminatory against gay people?
They
have.
The
company, not the founder.
What caused the controversy was he just said he believes in the traditional male-female version, and then people flip the fuck out. I don't think he's
but they
out
don't
there.
hire trans people. Like, if you're openly gay, they'll probably say you're not a right fit for our company, but like.
Okay. Well, they ask him weird questions in the interview. It's strange. Seriously, I talked to multiple people because my son interviewed there, and they asked questions like, "Where were you last Tuesday at 8?"
What? Here?
Yeah, like
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Doing your wife, sir.
My daughter's trying to get hired there, and it's been weird. Like
what I will say about Chick-fil-A's drive-thru, it is busy, it is fairly slow, but when you look at the volume that they put, that they're putting food out, that it's incredibly efficient for the shit show they're dealing with.
I like that they walk through their to-go window.
What do you mean?
Like, if you go to like Taco Bell or Burger King, most any other place, it's like a window and they hand you your food.
Yeah.
They have like a door that they walk
Yeah.
through, that they walk out to your bar.
Chick-fil-A is incredibly efficient. It's especially down here, it's incredibly popular. Like the one by my house is always fucking busy.
The one here.
And I don't go there because it's fucking busy. I'll go to the Taco Bell right next door because I like shitting myself.
That's the second time we've mentioned Taco Bell today. So hashtag not sponsored. But if you want to sponsor us, Taco Bell, please do.
The brand new burrito now with.
Hang on.
I don't even know what.
Fenroy
Taco Bell.
Marquez
Fenroy, what's up?
says, I heard the company contributed money towards legislation against gay people. The founder did. I don't believe the company.
Now here's what's weird though. They've given money to the what's the youth Christian athletes or whatever. There's like some youth Christian athletes group they gave money to, and they called that an anti-gay hate group. And I'm like,
I mean,
no, it's just
to say they're
sports.
Christian, to say that they're anti-gay is a little like it's a possibility, but they're not mutually exclusive.
There's also.
Your desk is breaking.
I
don't know. I just find it odd but meanwhile, people will go buy Apple, and it's totally cool when they use literal slave labor
Nobody in this room.
and child labor.
You have an iPhone.
Yeah, and I'm not sitting there acting like I'm a fucking hero for things in life.
Damn the establishment. Let me tweet about that from my iPhone.
Well, I love the people that talk about capitalism and bitch about things and rich people. And people, my favorite is people that bash Amazon, but yet they have Amazon Prime. And I'm like, why do you?
But it's
I don't
not
like Walmart.
It's not Amazon. Bullshit. I fucking love Amazon. I think Jeff Bezos could very well be the Antichrist. But goddamn, I love the fact that I can order anything.
I don't know.
And have it delivered to my house by next Wednesday.
You think the Antichrist is going to let his wife take that much money?
Maybe it's a cover, man. You never know.
Oh, to make it look like, no, there's no way to be the Antichrist because of the question I just asked right there.
You want to talk about popular fucking heads of companies right now. So you got Jeff Bezos, the fucking bald-headed Dr. Evil motherfucker. But then you got elongated muskrat over in the fucking SpaceX Tesla side. Like they're complete fucking opposites. Like Jeff Bezos wants to take over the world, and Elon Musk is like, I want to come up with shit that's gonna fucking help the world.
And also get us off the world.
Yeah, that too.
Dude, he put a tweet out.
He's fucking crazy. You're talking about Elon Musk? He's fucking crazy.
I talked about this before. So he put a tweet out and he said one single day he tested twice positive for the coronavirus.
I remember this.
And negative twice. And he's like, I don't know, there's something weird about that. Dude, my favorite reply was from Stephen King. All it was, you're a fucking piece of shit. That's all he said. Stephen King said that he loved the bus because he just said something that happened in his life. He said, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then people were like, this anti-science garbage. And it's like, dude, the guy just told you what happened and you're like flipping out on him. Man.
Are you denying that? Are you saying it didn't happen? Or are you saying that,
Elon Musk is doing it for the likes? Wow, I got 1,100 retweets. Like,
but then you look at
woke shit.
Elon Musk trying to come up with this tunnel system to alleviate traffic, and which is a great innovation and something they're working on. But at the same time, the name of the company that makes the tunnels is the Boring Company, and they came out with not a flamethrower. So as to generate revenue, he's selling not a flamethrowers.
I just love his sense of humor.
Oh yeah, the Tesla Model S, I think, is priced at $69,420 because that's what people wanted it priced at, $69,420.
I want it priced at $2. So can we get? How about just
if you get it? I'll bet you if you get enough people to ask, I bet you he would, just because he's fucked up like that. Elon Musk is awesome. Yes, he is. We need more Elon Musks in this world.
Hey, so are you aware what's going to happen tomorrow?
Did you Joe Biden's going to be? Oh yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what? I'm like,
what happened? I didn't hear what he said.
Okay, so Biden's going to be inaugurated. Right at the inauguration. Oh yeah, read it.
The inauguration. Again, I'm not saying this before people
This is
go.
hyperbole, satire, and a
Dude,
joke.
seriously, I've like said, hey, there's people that believe things like this, and then people will believe that you believe that just for talking about it.
It's a joke, not a dick.
So
Don't take it
this
hard.
is like the last straw. This is like the last QAnon horseshit thing where Trump's going to save the world. It says the inauguration will go ahead as planned on Wednesday. The indictments will be unsealed on Wednesday morning, and arrest warrants will be issued. Once everybody is in place for the inauguration, the National Guard will be used to secure the perimeter of the Capitol grounds. Nobody out, nobody in. Marines will be guarding the tunnels underneath the Capitol building to stop anyone from escaping. So here's what's going to happen. Biden's going to come out onto the stage. The Secret Service will detain and issue the arrest warrants on approximately 50 to 100 members of the audience, including Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, Obama, Clinton. Many of the indictments include treason charges. Then they're going to all be transported to an underground military base by Marines where they'll be tried for crimes by military tribunal on live television. All television will automatically tune into this trial, no matter what station you set it to. All evidence of their crimes will be made public. It says, enjoy the show. Dude, people actually believe this. I know I'm rambling, but I saw a person post this. The best movies are the ones where it seems like all hope is lost, and then the good guys find a way to win at the last second. This is that kind of movie. People actually believe this shit.
So here's my prediction. What's going to happen tomorrow? Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Biden's going to be inaugurated. Some people are going to try and protest, but they're not going to get it anywhere close. And we're all going to wake up on Thursday and it's still going to be the same bowl of shit that you woke up to this morning, tomorrow, and Friday. That's what it's going to be.
True.
You know, some people are going to try and fucking, I'm going to fucking protest and whatever. Just shut the fuck up. Go get a job.
Dude, I saw this from another person. He said, I work in a mid-sized TV station. We just had a visit from the FCC along with 2 people with badges. I didn't get close enough to see what the agency they were with. We've been told to prepare for all of our programming to be preempted from 8 a.m. Wednesday for up to 72 hours. They told my boss he can be held criminally liable if he doesn't allow the feed to air. He was almost in tears saying, I've never seen anything like this in my 30 years of business. And there's somebody else that said, Trump talked and said he's going to be something about 12 o'clock when actual.
See, but you have people that believe that shit. You know, not for nothing, but due process is still a thing.
People said, did anyone notice the little details of Trump's farewell speech? One key thing that really stood out to me was when he said he would be handing power over to a new administration at noon tomorrow. Biden isn't scheduled to be sworn in until 2 p.m.
Well, the whole festivities start at noon.
And
the outgoing president doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't resign his powers. He doesn't sign over his powers. When the new president is sworn in, that's the transfer of power.
So the people that thought that he wasn't going to leave, what do you think they thought he was going to do? Like lock himself in the building, or what do you think people were that he was going to have the National Guard there protecting everything and not letting people in? Like what?
It looked like he's just going to sit in the White House and not leave, and like he's going to sign an executive order, automatically making himself president.
My God.
Yeah, that's not how the system works. Here's a fun fact, people. The president, while he does have a lot of power, he doesn't have absolute power. This country has what's called bicameral legislature. We have a Senate. We have a House of Representatives. We have a Supreme Court. We have a judicial branch, a legislative branch, and an executive branch. All of those can almost shut the others down. Here's the thing. None of those people in any of those fucking offices give a flying fuck about you. All they fucking care about is votes and campaign contributions. That's it.
And getting sweet deals for their relatives and their companies.
Like Hunter Biden, man.
All of them. They all. It's insane. My friend sent me the website where you can actually link to every single federal contract. Yeah. And I've been sitting there kind of like watching the football games and just like clicking on every contract, and you go and it's like, $500 million to this company for this, and
most of it's bullshit.
A lot of it, I'm like clicking, going, holy shit! I mean, I know it's insane, but to actually like really see it, and then people are like, "Where's my money?"
Yeah, well, that was the thing. When they're going to give everybody the stimulus money, and so you get $600, but $10 million is going to Pakistan for gender studies.
Well, that's what, and I don't know if you know that, like. So all that was that's their normal every yearly spending bill. And then they just threw a coronavirus package with it. And it made me laugh because now people were paying attention to the spending that was going on because they had a little bit of money coming to them. If it wasn't for that, nobody would have gave a shit. Because that goes on every year. That's literally what package they vote on every year.
But the funny thing is, like, why does Pakistan need $10 million for gender studies? Have you ever been to Pakistan? You know anything about Pakistan? Here's something about Pakistan. Here's gender studies. I am man, you are woman, cover your face, you do anything different, you're going to get stoned to death. That's gender studies in fucking Pakistan.
We need to study that.
I need 10 million. I need 10 million.
Backhands and then.
Here's what needs to happen. If I was elected supreme leader, this is what would fucking happen. Any of those bills with all that fucking pork in there, anybody who puts something in, they got to put their name to it. It's got to say, okay, $10 million from fucking, going to Pakistan for gender studies. This was added in by Congressman Haywood Jablomi. This way you know where the money's going, because this way you could follow the money coming back.
Yeah, you could see who sponsors bills, and then they add shit in.
But the sponsors, if you guys are both representatives, you put a fucking bill out. I want to add something in. My name doesn't go on the top of that. It just gets added in with your names on top of it. I want to know line item who the fuck put everything in.
Well, most people vote. That's what. Yes, on most things. Like if you go and look, that's what's hilarious. People are like, man, these people are helping me out on both sides. And then you look and it's like, when there's like legislation that's kind of against all of us, they're right there ready to vote for that. And I think with the whole Capitol shit, that's going to bring about, domestic terrorism and all this stuff. I think it's going to bring about more Patriot fucking Act stuff. Yeah, people are bothered by the social media. What bothers me is I can see the government stepping in and acting like they're here to save you, but it's actually going to be
What are the most dangerous words in the English language?
Yeah, I'm from the government. I'm here to help.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Hello.
Yeah. But that's the problem is none of those politicians give a fuck about anything else besides lining their pockets and getting fucking votes. Bills should be limited to 1,000 words or less. Anything more, and it's the weird business written book too long to read.
They have 1,000-page bills.
Yeah.
They were given the stimulus thing and like the Patriot Act just like hours before they had to vote. Like, here you go. And it's like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's the problem is, Pelosi said we have to pass it before we could see what's in it.
Yeah, you had to pass the bill to see what's in it. Ooh,
that's something I wanted to do. And that was the healthcare bill she said.
Oh, that was the big gigantic.
And the funniest fucking part about the Affordable Care Act, it was supposed to be insurance companies are the devil, but we're going to get this guy who ran insurance companies to write it. That makes sense.
And the government, I try to tell people this, government kind of sets the prices. Medicare literally sets the codes, they set the pricing, and they set it to where they know what insurance companies will pay. So a lot of it's higher than it should be.
Well, it's competitive pricing, except the problem is they're all competing for the same fucking prices. So it ends up being, okay, we're going to charge $10,000. There's a doctor's office in New York City that has 2 reception areas, same, I think it was a radiologist's office. The machines and everything, the technicians are all the same. But there are 2 separate entrances and 2 separate business names. One side accepts Medicare, accepts regular insurance. The other side is cash only. The cash only side, beautiful reception area, well lit, very nice, well appointed. They got a coffee machine. The regular Joe Schmo side,
climbing over dead bodies.
Climbing over fucking dead bodies on a dirty floor. But when you go behind the counter, you're going onto the same machines with the same technicians. That's a problem. You want to? What's the biggest fucking problem with the medical industry? Because it is an industry. They don't give a fuck about patient care. They care about fucking money. What's the biggest fucking problem? Pharmaceutical industry. This is the only country in the world where pharmaceutical companies can market drugs directly to you.
Well, they didn't start till the 90s either. They passed a law. Dude, I listen to Pandora, and the advertisements I get, almost every single one is for pharmaceuticals. I'm like, who do they think's listening to the music I'm listening to? Because I don't know why I'm getting these ads.
They just think you're old as fuck, and it's all.
Dude, I've got one that said, 6 out of 10 people with MS experience fatigue, and I'm like, 7 out of 10 people without MS experience fatigue. So I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Well, those
and
ads are
drugs,
also marketed to
everything.
your search history and stuff like that too, and
Seven-
who it thinks your demographic is. Who it
7
thinks
out
your
of 10
demographic
people
is.
suffer from diarrhea. The other 3 enjoy it.
I just yell. Ew.
I like I get a lot of Spanish ads, and I know that's based on probably zip code and like ads in Spanish.
I get that on YouTube. I get like
get-
Spanish language ads. I'm like, I don't, like Spanish language McDonald's ad. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I really can go for a Big Mac right now.
The McDonald's ad confused you, Roger.
A little bit.
Off.
I like the Spanglish ads because they're like, "Vamos a McDonald's today" or whatever.
I'll be like, hey, what that, Nicole?
Yeah.
It's like going up ordering food from a Chinese place. $14.23. How long? 10, 15 minutes. It's always 10,
5,
15.
10 minutes.
10, 15 minutes.
So how's life treating you guys with this whole coronavirus shit? Like, are you
Dude, I'm a fucking hermit. My life hasn't
life
changed.
goes on?
Yeah.
Have you been able to
This year.
perform
little
much?
bit.
Or
Not much. I finally got back to dancing in clubs. Beginning of December.
are you behind like plexiglass? And,
No, I'm still 12 feet up in the air.
So you can cough on them, but
yeah,
they
so
can't
she can
cough.
showers the whole crowd. No, I'm
Yeah.
up above everybody.
I'm like 12 feet up in the air outside. So I'm
Okay.
fine. I feel comfortable being up there. And I have a dressing room, so when I'm not dancing, I just go. into the
So
dressing room.
when you've gone to events, are people wearing masks in the crowd outside, or is it pretty?
Outside, so it's really dumb. It's really dumb. You have to wear a mask to come in, and then you have to sit down, and then you can take it off. I don't really
Because
understand.
coronavirus doesn't exist at this level. It's only up here.
Please don't question the science.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of how some clubs are handling it. I am not a hermit, and I do like working in clubs, and I know that coronavirus exists. I'm not like super crazy paranoid about it, but I know that it exists, and it still makes me a little bit nervous that there's a lot of people in enclosed spaces because social distancing is not a thing. So they're not at 50% capacity. They're at what it looks like a regular capacity.
Oh, we went and saw Corolla at Off the Hook, like a live podcast recording. Dude, the place was filled. We were side by side. I don't care. Shannon she's taking care of coronavirus positive patients. We don't.
I went to Busch Gardens this past weekend, and I gotta say, for the most part, people were spacing out. They were.
Yeah, Busch Gardens is good about it right
Yeah.
now, but I'm not. But clubs, not at all.
I was
I'm
really,
not going to
I was
one
really
of those.
sad going into Busch Gardens at the way they do the temperature check. It's
It's a building.
yeah, they just use like fucking
Thermal.
infrared, like they just FLIR camera. I was pissed because I always enjoy asking them to take my temperature baby style. Nobody's taking me up on the offer though.
I think it's kind of funny that you walk through that like tent that they are doing the
Yeah.
thermal whatever imaging in, and they have the air really cold in there as to like purposely bring people's temperature down.
No, it's actually because you're walking through fairly quick. It's to avoid getting a false hot. So you ever look at it? Have you ever used a FLIR camera?
I see what it looks
Okay.
like. Yeah.
Okay, but have you ever used one?
No.
Okay. So what it does is, it's the hotter the temperature, the brighter the color.
Right.
Colder the so if they make the ambient air cold, it's not an accurate temperature reading. All they're looking for is a high spike signature.
Gotcha.
So the average human body is 98.6 degrees. So everybody's going to be essentially the same color walking through.
Mhm.
If they see someone that stands out, they pull them and check them.
Okay.
So it's not an accurate, but it will tell the difference between 98.6 and 101.
I always so I don't know if you know this, but I'm a lady and I ovulate out of
You identify as a lady? Is that-
sometimes, yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
So when you ovulate, when women ovulate, their temperature goes up a little bit. Not by much, your average is 98.6 normal. And if you're like ovulating, it'll be like 97, maybe 97.5, maybe even 98. So when I was working in a couple of places, they would check my temperature. And one day I'd be 97.6 and it'd be fine. And the next day I'd go in and I would notice it was exactly, I track my period for anybody who cares. I track my period like fairly.
Do you have an
regularly.
app or
I just put like dots on my calendar, honestly. I was like,
little red
So
dots?
that's what those dots meant.
yeah. So I tracked my period and I started noticing, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get it exactly 1 week from now. And I was like, oh, I must be ovulating at this moment because my temperature would go up to like 98 or something. And a lot of places are checking your temperature and the whole day.
See, and
you'd be
here's
like,
the
oh,
thing: it requires for the FLIR to work right. It requires a group of people to come through. If 2 people come through, and one's got a colder body temperature, and one runs a little bit over 98.6, it's going to show an extreme difference because they keep the room cold. You need
No, I
like
just
a
meant
room
like when they
temperature.
actually take your temperature. When they actually take your temperature, I was coming up at like 98 degrees a week before my period started, and then I started noticing it wasn't until this year that I was like, oh, or this past year that I was like, oh, that happens. That's a thing, and I know that happens. But there was a couple of times that they'd be like, you can't come in because you're too close to 99, and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm literally fine. And this is just.
I wish I knew a 98 Degree song that would have popped in my head quickly when I just started thinking
I
about.
don't know
it
any
sinking
either.
Yeah,
back.
don't
they're
know.
all the same. It's all the
98
same fucking
Degrees.
band.
Nick Lachey is the only one I remember, right? Wasn't he from 98 Degrees?
Well, that Joey Fat one.
No, Joey was
Aaron.
in.
No, Nick Carter's from Backstreet Boys. They just toured again.
Justin Timberlake.
From NSYNC.
Whatever.
No,
Instinct, 98 Diseases. Who the fuck cares?
Justin Timberlake is still making
A
good
lot
music.
of people. Oh, Justin Timberlake, him and Jessica Biel just had a baby. I know about that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
She must.
They named their kid Phineas. That's the only reason I know that, because a friend was telling me that they named both their kids Phineas. I'm like, there's no way they named both their kids
Well,
Phineas.
George Foreman named all his sons George.
Did he really?
Yep.
Not like George the first, second, third, fourth.
I don't know how
It's
he
probably
yeah, how he-
like George John, George Albert, George.
Well, shit.
Gertrude,
What the
whatever.
fuck did Elon Musk just fucking name his kids? Like H.
AX12,
Hello,
It's
something.
like
baby
H, but it's
X.
pronounced like H.
Ace.
It's a weird name, dude. There's a video of him. He's going, "Hello, baby X. This is your daddy speaking. Hello, baby X." He's like a fucking robot. It's the weirdest dude.
He is absolutely true. I love the guy, but he's fucking strange. He built a school, like started a
Just
school.
to destroy it.
No,
Build it
just-
just to blow it up.
No, just so his
What do you like that money to do something like that?
just so his kids wouldn't go to a public school or to a bullshit private school. So they went to his bullshit private school.
This is Musk High. I'll be your teacher. God damn it, Dad's the teacher.
His wife is fucking out. She's hot, but she's fucking weird.
I don't know what she
Grimes?
looks
Oh,
like.
she's
I don't
insane.
think.
Yeah.
I love her music though. She's got good
She's hot,
music.
though. She's
Oh,
hot.
wait.
What?
she,
What did you say?
she makes music. I've never even
Yes.
seen her.
Well,
I don't know.
she's an artist, so she makes music.
Oh, sure
Look up
she's an
Grimes.
artist.
Her name's Grimes.
It's not Grimes that from back in the day, is it? That sang music.
No, no.
Leanne Grimes or Ross.
No,
That's
Grimes.
Leanne Grimes. No, her, this is a single name artist like Madonna or
And Meatloaf.
Cher.
Wait, Grimes?
Grimes, like Grimy
Like
Cher.
Grimy on. Hey, look at me!
Yeah.
I'm Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
You remember that? He goes.
But
You don't know who Grimy is?
no, this is
Oh.
grimy. It's Grimes.
I know, but you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. That's the Simpsons episode. Oh, that's fucking funny. It's a good episode, man. It's back a long time ago, so maybe that's.
I've never got into Simpsons.
Grimes music.
Don't play it. Don't play it, so we don't get
Canadian musician. She looks like she could be his daughter. That's his.
Yeah,
Wait, that's his wife.
yeah.
Girlfriend.
Yeah,
Hi,
girlfriend,
I'm
I'm
Grimes.
Yeah, that's her. That's her.
Are you serious? That's just,
Yeah.
That's really.
Well, he's a fucking weird dude. Like this.
She's a weird lady.
This is what like a surprising thing. So I'm a huge fan of the United States space program and
Space Force.
Space Force. Not
So
that.
dead.
Not that. I fucking remember that movie. Back in the day, even through the space shuttle program, everybody be wearing suits and shit at press conferences. Like when the two astronauts went up and they came back in was it September, October, and he shows up in a fucking black t-shirt, a motorcycle jacket, and a pair of jeans, making a fucking speech.
Why
It's
not?
like it's fucking great. I love
That's
it.
his like uniform.
Space Force.
That's his uniform.
Oh
Yeah.
my
It's like
God.
Steve Jobs had his uniform, black turtleneck and jeans.
Yeah, that worked out for him. He fucking dead. Fucking.
Are you
Do you-
serious?
Yeah, everybody's pretty much bound to die.
I was
Sure.
not aware of. Oh man, I'm gonna be checking out some Grimes music tomorrow.
You dig
It's
it?
kind of
I've never even. It has to be strange just by looking at her and she's with him and.
it's like female rap, but also
Oh, even better.
but also kind of electronic.
Well, I assume
Like
that
when you
just
mean
by
female
her-
rap, are you trying to say that there are in fact some hoes in this house?
I thought this wasn't your house. That's why the ceiling's broken.
Oh, we got some WAP though. Worship and prayer.
Oh, I had Shannon do that. I didn't even know about it. People were making fun of Ben Shapiro because he.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you see his
Oh yeah,
version?
his wife's. I didn't see his version.
Oh, dude,
I
it's
heard you
great.
talking about it.
It's him. just saying the lyrics.
Okay.
So
Gilbert Gottfried did it. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it was fucking great.
there's a lot of people that have done it, but Shapiro was hilarious because he was like, "Look at what's going on," and so I was reading it, and then Shannon joined me during my stream. Anybody listening, Twitch, I'm Not Right Network. I don't know. Do you still have your Australian guy and whatnot?
He hasn't been. He's been
Quarantined, not allowed to leave his house.
Well, no, he's got a lot going on.
Or
Personal life.
You know the internet works in the house, right? In Australia.
Wait,
You just got to turn. You just got to turn.
I don't know how it is down there, man. That's where they've been like psychotic with things. New Zealand, Australia, they've been like hardcore. Mark, the guy that was I don't know if he's still in here.
Yeah,
He's in Ontario. He can't see his girlfriend because she lives in the town next town over.
Yeah,
they're not allowed to.
Just became the first country to be fully coronavirus free.
And it's not like there's that many people there. It's not like it's millions upon. Pinellas County's probably. I don't know what New Zealand's population is.
It's a pretty big country.
What do you mean by big, though?
Let's
Let's check out our magic
wait,
phone
guys,
here.
Guys. I'm the official historian.
Okay, so look up the population of
I got
of
you.
New Zealand.
I'm gonna guess
The
it's
Kiwis.
like
Population
a
of
half,
New Zealand?
probably a quarter of the size of Florida.
4.917 million.
There you go. That's less than a quarter.
So it's less than Florida.
Yeah, less than a quarter. So that's like
To give you an idea,
4.5
New
Pinellas
Zealand.
counties.
New Zealand has 4.9 and change million. New York has 8.4 million and change.
Okay.
So.
And we have more than New York. So.
Oh, dude, we're gonna be like California. We're gonna have to build a wall in Florida.
Shit.
Seriously, we're at like 20-something million. It's gonna be 30 pretty quickly.
And they're all moving to South Florida, and they're moving out of places like New York because of the high taxes, and so they're moving down here and then voting for high taxes.
I love you, Roger, but I'm getting real tired of the New Yorkers coming down to the clubs and being assholes.
Do you see me in clubs?
No.
So then don't ever fucking group me in with them.
Okay. I also know one other New Yorker whose name it's Viper, who is not an asshole about being from New York. You're not this way, and he's not this way. But I know a lot of people are New Yorker, like super overly proud of it. For like, they'll just be like, "Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm from New York." Like, I didn't ask. Thank you. Like, have a good day.
You know, I'm from the Bronx. Like, yeah, fucking you've been here 20 years. Lose the accent.
No, but
They come here and they don't lose their
I'm
accent.
getting real tired of the. I'm
fuck
getting real
yours
tired
isn't
of the
that
people
bad.
from New York being like, "Oh, I didn't want to be quarantined anymore, so we came to fucking Florida."
Yeah.
And I'm like, go away.
Yeah, I know multiple people that they come down here. They're like, "Oh, we had to escape." Blah blah. Well, come down here and acclimate. Go to the beach, enjoy yourself, shut the fuck up, and
Like,
yeah.
why are you coming to a hot spot? Why are you?
Because they're fucking stupid.
Where would you go? Would you go here, Arizona, Texas?
Go to a mountain in Colorado and stay there.
See, Colorado's even too populous for me.
What's stopping you? I'm curious if that's where you would like to go. Do you know?
Literally nothing. I have a boyfriend, and he would probably come with me if the opportunity presented itself. So literally nothing. Like, I love my family, but I don't live with them. So whatever. I have whatever job I want. I can just go get it. Like,
So
I'm
not?
resourceful.
Why not go and try?
Okay, bye.
It'd be great if she just dipped out right now. Next thing you know, she's out there skiing.
So
Selfies.
Mark's asking, we're gonna have to wrap this up soon, but Mark's asking, how do you feel about the Canadian snowbirds coming down to get vaccinated? They're gonna start having a problem because they're gonna start making it locals only.
Well, I'd love that they come down here because it helps
Wait,
keep our
that's kind
our
of-
taxes low.
That's
for
kind
sure.
of
Bring
shitty
your
though,
money.
because like everybody was like, "Oh, we're gonna leave to go live to Canada," and Canada was like, "Hey, sorry guys, you gotta like become citizens. It's not that easy." And then now they're coming here to get vaccinated. So it seems like a really double standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't allowing people into Canada from some of the part. Like if you went, which is weird why you would admit you're from a hotspot. I'm all the states that you're not letting in, but they weren't allowing you to come into Canada if you were from some of the states.
Same thing
Yeah.
with New York. I had to cancel my New York
Yeah,
shows
all
because
those.
Florida was one of the states they wouldn't allow travel from.
Would you go to New York and go in quarantine for 14 days like
No.
you're supposed to, or would you go live?
No, I was planning on just going up, doing the show, and getting the fuck out. And I had good information that had I gone up there was somebody going to rat me out.
You lost that PBA card, right?
Oh yeah, I don't have it. I mean, I still got plenty of friends, and the cops up there that I'm friends with that I was talking to there, that they were saying we're not enforcing shit. It's the state that's enforcing shit. So the local cop, the county cops, they weren't enforcing anything coronavirus related. Quarantines and fucking gatherings.
So what do your relatives feel that are still up there? Are they like, this is horse shit? Are they like, well, it's needed?
Well,
are they?
My brother is a fire chief up there, and he's in the thick of it as far as response and he knows what's going on statistically, and it's a real concern. It truly is a real concern, especially if you are an at-risk person, if you have known health conditions or the possibility for underlying health condition. It's a fucking risk. They're all taking it serious. Nobody's like, oh, this is fucking coronavirus is fake, it's bullshit. No, it's a real thing. But again, going back to what we were talking about earlier with the hospitals and the deaths being essentially inflated, it's, I think, being blown up by the media as a fear mongering, just to try and get people to comply. And I almost feel like it's almost an experiment, like an MK Ultra type experiment, to see how the people would react when you tell them they have to quarantine because there's scary monsters out there.
I think it didn't help. It didn't help that like there's a lot of other shit going on last year.
Yeah.
So it's like it just all kind of like came to head all at once.
Yeah. But people don't know how to act or react.
Have you heard of the Great Reset?
Yes.
And the Agenda 2030, and you want to just look this up when you leave. Look up whatever the hell. What did we say before? You were supposed to look up
Crimes.
No, that was for me. It was something for you earlier. You
were something sheep.
Melody Sheep.
Melody Sheep.
Look up Melody Sheep, and have you heard Tom McDonald?
No.
Look up those two, Melody Sheep, Tom McDonald. But there's a thing. It's called, you just type in YouTube. You'll own nothing, and you watch this video. And these are predictions for 2030. And remember, I'm sure you heard of Agenda 21 back in the day. Well, they updated it to Agenda 2030. And there's these 8 predictions for 2030. And it's weird shit. Like, you're not going to own anything. Meat's going to be a treat. And yeah, like humans are going to, it's like, this is a worldwide thing. That's what I've been telling people. Like, people thought it was to bring down Trump or the United States, or no, it's actually a worldwide, like a reset of fucking humanity. They conspiracy theory. You can go look up the shit. It's a worldwide economic forum.
Well,
there's a ghost in the office.
What's that?
There's a ghost in the office.
No, there's not. Ghost on the. Why is there a ghost in the office?
Because on the feed, it's like being weird.
Okay. That's fucking. I agree with you, Roger. This all seems to be a huge government experiment to gain control. The other thing I think this is, I think
the lights are flickering. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Anyway, I think this is Mother Nature's way of thinning the herd. I think this is nature saying, you know what? There's too many fucking people. We need to thin shit out. So here you go.
What happens if it's the wannabe power elites of the world that are thinning the herd? Did you ever go that far?
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, I mean, Mother Nature set that into motion. It might have been like man-made, but it set it into motion. She allowed it to happen. She let it go.
You think so? So we can blame Mother Nature for?
No, it's like the same argument.
Assholes.
That's like the same argument that people feel like they have to subscribe to science or religion.
Knowing,
like you can do both.
Science is a religion nowadays.
Yeah,
I didn't mean it like that. I mean like.
No, I'm literally saying it is a fucking religion to people nowadays.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Trust the science. Haven't you heard the high priest? They got books behind them while they're on TV. They're experts.
The the one thing that is a little disturbing about it. There we go. It's back on. One thing that is disturbing about it is when you know the things that have been declassified, the U.S. government has admitted to.
They're known liars.
They're known liars, but the things they've admitted to, like the Tuskegee syphilis experiments, the MK Ultra, Manhattan Project, Philadelphia experiment, all that shit, things they've admitted to that were fucking horrible, where they were experimenting on the American public, and they had no knowledge or consent of.
People think that just stopped. No, that was in the 50s and 60s. Oh, they just have way more advanced means to do it nowadays, and you don't think they're not doing it?
But again, the fact that that we're stupider now than we were back then makes it even easier, because we have cell phones. So no matter how much you don't want to be tracked, guess what, motherfucker? You're tracked 24/7. Whether you have your your location service is on or not, they know where the fuck you are.
Well, they can just take headlines, and headlines become fact and gospel to people. When you actually read a lot of stories, and the headline's not what actually happened, and it's not legit, but people just see the headline.
You know what the social engineering that Facebook was doing, right?
Well, that's
where they would if they were basically monitoring what you would post. They would show you things in your news feed to make you feel happy, make you angry, to make you feel a certain kind of way, to see if you would post something reactive to what they were showing you intentionally. And this was something that actually occurred. It was admitted to. That's fucked up.
The freakiest thing is they will. So say you and I both go. Or we won't even use you and I. Just say person A, person B. Person A usually spends a lot of money on things.
Mm-hmm.
Person B is more of a thrift shopper.
Mm-hmm.
And they can tell that by your history, obviously. Person A searches for the same thing that person B searches for. Person A will get a higher price than person B because they know person A will spend more.
Yeah.
And quite often, it'll actually be more expensive than if they would go to the website. You know what I'm saying? They were actually, that's how far they've taken it. And that's, I don't know. I think it's freaky.
But the opposite happens too. Like if you're the thrifty person in that scenario, and you're like, and you see an ad for something that is like, oh, it's only like $9, and then you go to the website and it's like $15. They've already sucked you in. They've already brought you in at that point.
Yep.
So the opposite happens of what you're saying too.
Rah. Did you see the Boston Dynamics robots? They're not Boston Dynamics anymore, but they were dancing the other day.
Yeah.
And they added a arm to the spot dog thing and made it look more creepy.
Those things are fucking weird.
Yeah, people are all excited. Like, look how cute it is. Like, that's not cute.
That's taking over the fucking world.
Yeah.
What that is.
Hey, Maddie signed in.
Maddie, see, you mentioned him. There he is. Maddie from the land down under.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we're about to wrap this up, Maddie. So go back to the beginning and watch the whole show.
I need some more Australian people. Can I tell Maddie where to tune in to me?
Fuck yeah. And he'll do it if he can.
Hey, Maddie, go to Twitch. And you can do this on it. You can do it on your smart TV.
Shoot me a link. I'll send a link out.
But it's twitch.com, and just look for I'm Not Right Network. Literally, I'm Not Right Network.
I'm gonna write it.
And it has many connotations.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm Not Right Network. I do a show Monday through Friday from 11 to 3.
Do you have a direct? You have the direct. Email me the direct link so I can.
And dude, I take phone calls. We got a very active chat. No, nothing. No spaces. No.
Yeah.
It's all together.
There's no punctuation. Nothing. It's literally.
So.
Yeah, if you add in the apostrophe, it'll fuck it up.
So Nicole Iolio.
Yes.
Where can we see you? What do you got going on? Talk to us.
You can come see myself and Miss Kate Lemieux at Gaspar's Grotto every weekend, Friday and Saturday in Ybor. Other than that, follow me on social media at Nicole_Raven. That's NIKOLE_Raven across pretty much all the platforms. Most recently, I did an interview with Leslie Madewell of Leslie's Made Podcast. We did a photo shoot. You can get that on my YouTube, and all of the links to my website, which is my link tree, are on my Instagram, which is linktr.ee/Nicole_Raven.
Yeah.
So yeah, just look for the internet at Nicole_Raven and you'll find me.
Look for at F Patrick Welsh. I'm at F Patrick Welsh everywhere.
Fuck Patrick.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah.
All good, Maddie. We love you. So Patrick, aside from the I'm not what the hell? I'm not right.
Dude, I don't have too much comedy coming up, man. I've been doing that Monday through Friday, 4 hours a day by myself. So that's a lot of talking and doing things.
Yes, it is.
And I'm not in the biggest rush, to be honest with you, to get back on fucking stuff.
I've done 2 shows in the past year. The past 12 months, I've done 2 shows, both of them at Beef Over 80s. So, I got nothing going on. So book my ass, Jesus Christ. Check out Patrick's show. You can find me on all social media at Real Roger Nelson. Follow this show at Fubar Weekly. Follow my cooking channel at Sugar, Salt, Fat, and Booze. And that's all I got going on. Anybody have anything else they want to add?
Get your popcorn ready for tomorrow, evidently.
Yeah, it's gonna be amusing.
Yeah, and then Hope and Change is finally coming. We're all going to be holding hands next week. So
all right. So apparently tomorrow night after the inauguration, I'm going to be a millionaire and everything's going to be free. So I'm looking forward to that.
P-gasms for everybody.
There you go. P-gasms. We're going to close. We're going to leave it at that. So Nicole, you guys got anything else? You good? No. Don't forget to spay or neuter your children.
Foo bar out. I gotta go. I love
Yeah.
you, but I work tomorrow morning early, so.
Yeah, I gotta be up at
Oh,
5.
so what are you doing?